crowd.
Check your body, check your body.
You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together.
your body, check your body.
Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together.
Underground.
Check your body, check your body.
Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together.
check your body.
Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not sleep together.
Underground.
Check your body, check your body.
Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep neither. Let's not
For us to hear the calling, and the calling is being heard here at Squad. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Squad India Invitational. To take you through today's action, this is going to be Arkan. With me is going to be Red Cape. Red Cape, I mean, it's a brand new thing which we're going to cast today. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm very much excited because kickstarting off today, it's gonna be the game of Valorant. We have all been waiting for it. But meanwhile, as we talk about SKWAD is not just gonna be a single game. It's gonna be a variety of PvP games, and it's gonna be an interesting turn of events that's gonna happen this week, the following week, and the consistency is gonna be kept up throughout the entire time the squad performs.
And it's important for you to catch up with all this action with us every single time we come live. So please do subscribe the channel, as we'll be taking you to only Valorant as of today. It's going to be like 4 matches which we'll be taking them through.
Yes, it's be 4 matches back-to-back action, and it's gonna be between the all 8 invited teams, and it's gonna be 4 rounds where best of one will be taken out from each match.
Probably it's something like that. Before we jump into all those stats, I just want to tell the ladies and gentlemen who have joined us over here. There are some gamers who are joining us over here. The squad is not just a small thing, you know. It's a big initiative which is coming up. We'll make sure that we'll give you all kinds of games over here. We'll make sure we'll try to bring out the talents of each and every nook and corner of the country, due to which, I mean, the esports is eventually going to grow.
Exactly, and it's not just limited to PC games. You have mobile game, console games, everything that's gonna be covered under Squad, and you do not need to worry about any of that anymore because Squad is here to just make sure that all the games are covered. That's gonna give you opportunities. That's gonna create a long-lasting future for you in the esports community.
Yeah, and this is going to be the first day, right? So let's look at the total prize pool which is coming up. It's going to be 10,000 rupees. I mean, to start off with something like this and giving 10,000 rupees, I think that's a huge amount for now. The first place will be taking 5,000. The second place will be taking 3. The third place will be taking 2. And all this is happening in the game of Valorant.
Well, it's just seriously a very much fun match to watch because all these teams contesting for that first place. There will be gonna be a lot of actions, and I'm gonna guess that we have all the followers of every team who will be joining in the comment section. So make sure to cheer up for your favorite team. Starting on right now, you can also stay tuned, and this is how it's gonna turn out. Where we are gonna have the playoffs today, and it's gonna be the semifinals tomorrow, and the finals on the day after. So it's the first match that's gonna be between White Shadow Esports and Team ABCDE. That's gonna commence very shortly.
And this is the team to watch out for. See, I know that all the 8 teams which are invited over here are one of the biggest teams of India. They've
Yes.
made sure that their names are so well known, and they have their own fan base building up every single day. So first, I'm expecting to see all kinds of action, all kinds of duelists facing off, all kinds of sentinels facing off. I mean, excitement is to the core.
Yes, exactly. And it's gonna be like you can see the schedule coming up on the screens right now. It's gonna be the first match, as I said, between White Shadows and Team ABCDE. And the second match is gonna be at 6 p.m. That's gonna be between Reckoning Esports and Team Triple Q. And following that,
It's going to be Rebellious Gaming versus Purpose Esports Junior. Then coming up, it's going to be Innocent 5 and Syndicate.
Rad Syndicate. And exactly, I want to ask all the viewers to stay tuned, not just stay for the single first match or the match of your team, but just to watch out the entire fights and cheer up because it's always supportive. It's always for the support of the esports community and for your own self growth that you should stick to and cheer for these teams.
Yeah, and it's important for most of us to always come and back up for those teams whom you're always cheering for, because your motivation, your support is always bringing them a little more. A little more towards them, a little more towards the esports. Your support is always really important for us.
Well, also as we talk about Squad, I think we are gonna have games like Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Brawl Stars, and I think that's some games we haven't explored in a while now. But we'll have to go back and just there's a lot of MOBA games, and as we come to PC games, we are gonna have Valorant, CS:GO, multiple games coming in. So
Yeah.
I'm seriously excited for this initial match, initial debut. But after that, the following weeks are also gonna be amazing.
Yeah, and Squad is coming up with all this with a pure intention of making talents grow, and that is the best part for me, because there are so many people who come into the esports industry. By far, I've seen very less genuine people who come up to support the gamers, and I'm really happy to be a part of Squad, which is gonna genuinely help those gamers come up and make a life out of esports career, which is really less to see when it comes to our country.
Yes, also you can find the squad on the Instagram handle. That's going to be squad.gg. And now we will be moving on towards the players of every team. That's going to be Team White Shadows, where we'll have Webby God, Jojo, Gobbets, Serve, and Dino.
Uh,
That are going to be the 5 players from Team White Shadows.
Yeah, and we can see that there's a duelist as well. I mean, I let's before we jump into those kinds of stats, okay? I just want to say this: these five names are not small names. We have
Yeah,
seen them
obviously.
play before,
Exactly.
and they are so strong. The synergy is so good between these five. No matter what comes up to them, I know that they're gonna go forward and win those. On the other end, with a proper kind of offense coming up from Team ABCDE, it's gonna be Nefu, Bond F. Jui, Anxiety, Naive Jester. I mean, two big, bulls are locking horns. What do you
Yes.
have to say?
Well, I think the Bulls have their horns locked on, but we'll have to know it because the 13 rounds will make sure that who is gonna win this, and like 13 rounds are exactly the rounds where you have to perform. If you get if you lose somewhere in the between, no, I don't think anyone is gonna give up something. No
Yeah,
one is gonna lose this time
it's
because
gonna be
yeah.
100% from both of the
Yes,
teams, right?
exactly.
And we can see there's a huge combination of both duelists. There's some initiator. There's a controller. I think this team is trying to play it all in.
Yeah,
They want
variety.
to show the whole audience that when you have a proper combination of all the players, it's gonna be
You can do the
important.
domination.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll be able to see that more in the game. Eventually, the match is going to begin at Haven, and we know that Haven is one map where it's so huge to rotate. All of a sudden, it's pretty tough for you to rotate from one place to another. But still, there's going to be a lot of action coming up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the playoffs of Squad India Invitational, where the match will be beginning anytime soon between the White Shadow Esports versus Team ABCDE.
Also, it's a map picked up by White Shadow Esports, and I would seriously like to see how it turns out for them because the defenders would have to come up with the strategy where they have to hold all the places. Like, if they stay at a single place and all the squads rush in, they might need the backup. And will that backup come up in cover? Like, at the exact time they need. So we'll know
Yeah,
it for sure in a few while.
yeah, and Haven has got three sides, right?
Yep.
It has both three
A, B,
sides,
C.
A, B, and C. So we know that from how you're gonna defend it, it's pretty close by.
Yeah.
Even before the attackers are gonna come in, you're already in this side. So that's a one big advantage which comes up to any kind of team when it comes to Haven. It's not like the other maps don't. I somewhere feel that this map has even more better way. But attackers have a longer way to rotate. I mean, if they have to rotate from A to C. I mean, they have several places to rotate. And let's see, as we'll be jumping right into the game, we are going to see that who's going to pick up whom. I can see that Cypher is being picked by Nepu, and he's going to be that one good player to hold off enemies. Then we can see a duelist coming in, Phoenix is coming in, and we also have an Omen in the game, so it's going to be Soa.
Whoa.
The lineup looks
Really
pretty
nice.
solid
Yep.
when it comes to defenders. They have Omen, they have Cypher, they have Soa, they have Phoenix and Jet.
And it's gonna start. Yes, it's about to start right now, and it's gonna be the map of Haven. So I don't see a Sage coming into play. So I think
Both of
they're
them.
gonna go offensive. Both players wants to play a little bit offensive this time.
Yeah.
They're not, no one's gonna stay a bit back and hold it for a while.
Yeah, I know, and the controllers are going to be really happy because they'll have to perform on the place of the defenders over here. So let's see how it's all going to turn off. As we can see, Bondef, as usual, is gone with the Phoenix. On the other end, we can see Nefu with the Cypher. He's put up his spy cam somewhere over there, so he exactly knows that he's going to come right there when it's required.
Well, I think it's just the warm-up coming in, and the match is gonna start very soon. And everyone just making sure that they have all their abilities and whatever they could get ready. Jojo playing with that Omen, and I think that's a beautiful players they have chosen. The agents they have chosen is kind of all in. They have to go because as you see right now, Juanen has a Soa. He's gonna use his Recon Bolt and
Yeah.
just make sure that he gets all the locations he wants.
Yeah, there's one controller and one initiator over here. We can see that the first arrow is already gone in. It's revealed not one but two plus three. Three locations already revealed by
Whoa.
Juvain. So that comes up to say that push can happen anytime to the C, where most of the attackers will be holding off this spot in a very good way.
It's gonna be the first blood coming in very soon, but it's still very safe to say the spike has been planted right now at C, and it's gonna be Team ABCDE who has to go in for the push right now. White Shadows still holding the location. The Jet comes in with the smoke, but the smoke does not help them, and two of the players are down right now.
Yeah, and it's important for White Shadows to right now come in and dominate at this point of time. They've lost 3 players. They've just got 4 players left. Right now, Soa doing the right thing is making sure the crosshairs stay at the edge. But Omen comes in
Whoa!
as out of nowhere and takes him out. It's the Frenzy. Most of the players are using Frenzy. And right now, the Ghost is being held. I don't know. It's going to be a 1v2 situation at this time. Cypher doing most of the work and eliminating another Cypher that comes up to say that Jojo will be really happy with the kind of backup he got from Cypher because he's not got any kind of damage. So attackers taking the first one.
Yes, attackers
It's going to
taking
be
the first
team
gun.
A, B, C, D
CDE.
putting the first point.
Yeah, ABCD getting the first point. I think we're gonna go for the instant replay where it all started, where Gobbage got the first kill there, and he just went in for the smoke and made sure that the Cyber Cage did not help him. Nepu, Cyber Cage did help him.
Yeah.
He did take the guy down, but meanwhile the defenders could not hold it.
Yeah, eventually the second time they're gonna attack in. It looks like there's gonna be just one player who's gonna taunt them on the C, whereas 2 players are gonna just rush in at A. We can see that the Phoenix and Jet, both the duelists are trying to come in at mid, try to take those early kills at this time. We can see Jet has already taken the the push towards the top. She's boosted up.
Yep.
It's important for her to hold it. On the other end,
Nepu
is
gets
is
taken
the
out.
plant happening at B?
Ye-
Yes, the
yes,
plant has
yes.
happened at B.
Yeah, the plant has happened at B. Gobbage has been taken down, so it's gonna be a 3v4 right now, where it's gonna be a 2v4 where Jet and Sova has to do something different because Juan is still alive and there's the recon bolt coming in and the recon bolt has been destroyed, so he's trying to fall back a bit. Meanwhile, Dino is gonna use a shock dart and I think it's still safe for him to stay there.
Yeah, and it's gonna be the Frenzy who's doing most of the job against the Spectre. That's gonna be an added advantage for Jet at this point of time. He's the last player standing. She's gonna come in and she wants to defend it in the right way. She'll get taken down, and the attackers win for the second consecutive time.
Well, it's a beautiful strategy I've seen. Like when they go all in, they have all the 5 players together, and they just make sure to rush in either to B or C. I think this is gonna be a push this time because B and C have already been done and tested, so it's time to go for A. But I think the Cypher's spy cam is gonna come into use anytime now.
Yeah, and I love the way these people are playing. The attackers are making sure, that is A, B, C, D, E, are making sure that 2 of the other places, we're going to look at the instant replay. This is the Frenzy shot which came in. A good headshot coming in. On the other end, Jojo doing most of the damage. Jojo will be really happy with this performance, right?
Yes.
So the taunt can happen anywhere else, and looks like this time the plant going to be at A, as the attackers, most of them, are pushing in from A long.
Yeah, they're gonna push from A long. The fireball, the firebolt actually comes in from back. That's gonna be Soa with the owl drone actually, and I think it's just still 5v5 still standing. Gobbage wants to go in all in, but it's gonna be the guy with the
Vandal.
yeah, the guy with the vandal. He's still holding his position, and there it's gonna be
Small
Phoenix
peek
coming
comes
in, and
in
they've
from
just getting
Naive.
taken down.
Yeah, small speak comes in from Naive, but pays the price as Naive is going to go out. Is Jojo who's going to come in to be more valuable for the team. And right now, Suver trying to take a small peek. On the other end, we can see that attackers have complete control over here. So the defenders, all 3 players, do realize that they have to come all in. It's going to be a 3v5 situation. Let's see. It's going to be Jet who comes up with the opening, but will be traded off. Juin is doing most of the job. The Sova knows exactly what to do, and Sova gets taken down. It's going to be Jojo will be taking him out. It's going to be a 3v1 situation. Yet again, the attackers are going to prove themselves to be much better than the defenders, and they'll be really happy with the performance.
Well, it's gonna be 3-0 for White Shadows. Might have to do something different, but it's still earlier to say because when the side changes, it's all where the game starts for some of the teams. But let's see if it's the same for them also. Meanwhile, Dino wants to get. I think he has a vandal in his hand.
Yeah, this guy, I saw that Dino had a vandal in his hand.
Yep.
So eventually, it was important for the whole team to stay together. We look at the economy, right?
Yeah.
It's still the defenders. Are still relying on pistols, on all kinds of pistols rather than going in for SMGs or any kinds of ARs. Right now we can see that God is trying to taunt people over here. He puts up a camera. He wants to put up a spy cam. He's able to see someone. It's going to be Jet who's going to rush in. He's used the ult as well. So that comes up to say that Jet has taken a brand new phase. He wants to make sure all kill counts over here. Misses a shot at Phoenix, but will be taken down. All thanks to Phoenix connecting the right kind of shot against her.
It's the Jet from the defender side, the last player standing with the ult ready, and I think she might have to do something different this time. And there she goes, and the spike is going to be planted right now at C, and that's going to be the Sova planting, and there comes the spike plant.
Yeah, but by then we can see that it's going to be important for most of them to watch out for that one win, which attackers have taken 4 consecutive points, and eventually we know that Haven is one place. If you have a strong attacking team, it's going to be easy for you. We saw that there are more controllers and initiators. Yeah, rather than Sova, probably if they had another, a Sage or something, it would have been better. It's all good to say over here, but let's look at the buy, what's happening over here. Most of them still holding on Vandal. That's going to be the attackers with the Vandal. And now we can see that Jet, after saving got so much, has got an
Yes.
operator when it comes to the White Shadow esports.
Well, let's see if White Shadow Esports makes a difference with that. And there comes the run it back from Phoenix, the ult and in motion right now, and gets spotted. And it's gonna be a player from the opponent side. Team ABCDE loses Juvenin. No, that's gonna be Team White Shadow who loses Juvenin. And there's still the Sova holding on. Nepo has been taken down, and it's up to the last 3 players to do some wonders for their team, because it's gonna be the 5th consecutive win if they lose this time.
Yeah, and Jet is doing the right thing over here. The long plant has already happened. That comes up to say that they're going to push long. They're going to make sure they're going to hold the spike far away. But the shot's not being connected by operator. Both the Phoenixes have tried to blind themselves.
Yes.
So let's see how it's going to be as Jet is going to push in. There's some clouds coming up. Can she detect the team
Whoa.
exactly? And she's able to do it now. She'll want the backup to be coming in. But the ult being used by Sova. It's going to be Hunter's Fury. Will it do any kind of damage for most of them? No, Phoenix is going to come in, but will be traded off. All thanks to Cypher. Cypher takes another one. It's going to be 1v1 situation right now. Cypher knows exactly where is the last player and eventually comes up with the right kind of shot, and he'll be taking him down. The good backup coming in from the team is what I have to say, because when the Hunter's Fury was going on, we all know that Sova is going to be vulnerable, right?
Yes, exactly.
But the kind of backup which Cypher gave over there, that was a good thing to watch out for.
Well, this is what we had to be watching out for, because the beautiful operator shots coming in from the Jet was something that changed the game for them, and they could have almost gone in with that defuse, but the last moment save by Sova was something we weren't expecting coming out of the blue. And it's gonna be the match number 6. That's the round number 6 from match number 1. That's gonna start right now, and it's gonna be Gorbits leading with 7 kills for the attacker sides. That's gonna be Team ABCD.
The eco seems to be really fair on the sides of White Shadow as well, but still they're just holding on to those numbers. They want to make sure that they don't buy any of it as of now. Probably they want to use it at the last 3 games and retain those attacking positions, because most of the teammates on both the sides are gone in for attacking agents rather than defensive
Defending
one.
agents,
Yeah,
yes.
so let's look out for the next match. It's going to come up. It's going to be match number 6. I mean, it's going to be game number 6.
Round number 6.
Round number 6 coming up.
Yes.
So eventually, this is one guy I'm really liking the way the Jet is playing over here. Completely offensive. Phoenix and him doing the right kind of job, getting into the sites even beforehand and taking down the people who are guarding it. I mean, it's easier.
Well, it's gonna be the Cypher with the spike this time, so let's see how it's gonna turn out for them, because Gorbits is gonna try to push into the mids. I think it's gonna be the C Garage is gonna push into, but let's see how it's gonna turn out for them. Meanwhile, 2 players have been taken down from Team ABCD. It's gonna be White Shadows making some difference this time. Let's see, because they wanna go all in offensive onto A, and there comes the Cypher's
theft.
ability. A
Yes,
neural theft,
yeah,
yes.
it's a neural theft which has already come up, revealing most of the locations. Now, Naive has to do a lot of job over here. He not only has to hold off the back, but he has to go in and attack a teammate. He's going to be waiting for the right kind of backup coming up to him, but eventually he'll be facing off another player. We can see that YY God is not going to worry about anything else. He's just holding it here. He knows that a person got taken down. It's going to be an exchange between the Omen and Cypher, but Omen turns out to be even more powerful. There's another person coming. Omen, oh my goodness. Omen comes up with
clutches
2 more damage. It's going to be Naive being a little more naive in this game all of a sudden, and is able to register more kills than any of his teammates.
I think the Omen was the player who made the difference in this game with 3 consecutive kills, and it's gonna be thrifty for the defenders with getting those first point and opening for themselves in the first match itself. Meanwhile, let's say the score has turned to 5-1 right now, and I think they might make a comeback with the initial moments, and we can't predict anything because it's gonna be Team ABCD. These both teams have been consistent, so this is the replay we have been waiting for. It was the Omen who took down Phoenix, going for Sova, and again with the Cypher with 3 kills. And yes, this is something I didn't like. I really wanted to see. Meanwhile, it's gonna be Knife Jester leading the team ABCDE with 8 kills for himself.
Yeah, and the kind of control he had on the Vandal. I mean, we know that Vandal is getting harder to control in the new patches,
Yes.
but still he's able to do it. That's a good thing to watch out for. And we can see right now, C being get kept right now with the operator. We have to see whether they'll be able to connect shots. Nobody at the garage. So due to which there could be the opening which they were looking for. It's going to be attackers coming in again. Cloudburst coming in. Judge is being used for the first time.
Whoa. I think I didn't expect Judge to be used in this match, like at this later stages, like later rounds. But right now, I think it's going to be a different strategy coming in. And there's an operator shot coming in, a beautiful operator shot by the Jet. And there goes down one more player, and he might try to get in on a second knock. Phantom in his hand, and there comes the smokes he wants right now. Like she wants right now, Jet wants right now. So let's see how it turns out. Because
Using it
he's
as
been-
a cover
Yep.
against the C garage, right? Everybody knows that the garage has also been taken, so there's a rotation which is coming up where Jet is going to be guarding it for them. He's taking most of the attention. Cypher doesn't watch it out. He can hear Jet right now going away. So eventually the rotation is happening probably towards A at this time. Two players all rushing in. They're
30
almost
seconds
reaching from A long. They'll be reaching A side anytime soon. I'm planting that on the other end. We can see that Naive has done most of the damage as the spike had already been dropped off.
There's gonna be Sova and Cypher, the last two players standing for Team White Shadow Esports, and their location has been given away this time, and it's gonna be Knife Jester transporting himself. I think he's gonna go in with smokes. He's been taken down, and there comes Sova going down, and it's the last player. He might have to go in for that. Will he be able to do it? Yes, he will be able to get that if he was in time, and it's gonna be a second consecutive point coming in for them, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I am really happy that we are able to see the defenders up there taking one place at a point, 1 point, 1 point at a time. I'm so sorry. So it's going to be attackers who will have to come up with a different kind of strategy.
Yes.
In the beginning, they tried to taunt in one other different places. Phoenix gets taken down, and eventually the gun gets exchanged. We saw what they did with the Eco. You know, they bought a gun, they dropped it over there. So Jet exactly knew what he was doing. He had a Vandal and as well as a operator, so he exactly knew how things were going over there. On the other end, we'll be looking back again. This time, the operator is placed at garage. So he wants some early kills, but looks like the push is going to happen at C.
Well, I love the way that the Jet from the defender side kept on exchanging between the operator and Phantom. Like he was just making sure that he just got those kills. Meanwhile, the Recon, the Owl has been taken down. The Owl drone has
yeah.
been taken down, and it's gonna be the Jet going in for that push. He is unaware that the Cypher is still holding there, and it's gonna be where we got taken down, and that's a beautiful kill coming in. Negu goes down. Juan has been taken down. It's gonna be the Phoenix going in for the all push. Jet comes in with the ultimate and is gonna go in for that plant. Meanwhile, the beautiful cover comes in from White Shadow Esports. Is the last three players standing for Team ABCD is gonna be the Jet, Phoenix, and Omen still standing. And Jet is fully prepared right now with the ultimate.
Yeah, and it's important for them. I just love the way Sova came in. First he
Oh.
came up with the Owl Drone revealing one location, and all of a sudden he comes up with his Recon Ball revealing another, which is really important for the attackers to go in and take that one. But we have to see over here, we can see the Phoenix will be the last man standing, who comes up for a peek, will be registering that one, puts up a flash in front, won't be able to do it. It's going to be a fight between Phoenix and Phoenix right now, trying to dot him, trying to see that, but the stock won't be
And
connected
that's-
properly, and eventually Suve will be happy with the Nai kind of attack he came in.
Well, I think he could have gone in for a Molotov or maybe a flash and then went in for the defuse. Maybe that could have given an opening for Team ABCD, like another point for Team ABCD. But right now it's gonna be White Shadow Esports with 6 points taking the lead over Team ABCDE, and they have a very beautiful economy. As we look up to the standings right now, we have Nave Jester with 11 kills, and from the attacker side, it's gonna be Surf with 9 kills. And I like the way that Nave Jester is playing, but I think the backup from the team is not coming in like he wants it to.
Yeah, and this time if the attackers are not able to register anything and they lose themselves, it's going to be even more tougher as the cages come in, as the cages have been put up in front for an opening for Jet. Eventually Jojo gets taken down. We are seeing that Jojo has been continuously getting taken down. Bondef on the other end realizes there is a Phoenix in front of him, but the shock darts coming in. It's going to be the Dart Recons who are going to, it's going to be the arrows who's going to be pointing at them. This time attackers have already made it inside A.
Well, I want to make it sure, like, it's going to be a 3v3 right now, and pushing in from Ace viewers is going to be a bit difficult for them. And yes, this is what I've been talking about. And there comes the Cypher being spotted, the Jet's ability being used, but the Jet is still alive, and the Jet has been tagged a lot, so they have to come up with something different. So
Updraft.
Jet tries to do it again. She's going for the updraft, but it's not helping it. And there comes a beautiful headshot by the Vandal, by Baby God, and there's going to be the win for attackers again.
Yeah, YB got doing the best of what he can. Yeah, at the beginning itself, he's using most of his abilities. Like he's using as a defense to an offensive as an offensive player. He's making sure he's gonna block the sides of people who are trying to attack from A long, so that Jet can go in and eventually take that early kills. But the updraft from Jet is what actually mattered. He made sure that he had the attention of the Cypher who was inside. He kept updrafting over there, making sure that other two teammates are busy gatekeeping either side of A. One was looking at the sewers, one was looking at the A tower, one was looking at the A link to be specific. On the other end, we can see they're trying to rush in through garage, and nobody's watching out for them as Jet will be sitting on with using the trap. It's going to be important for Phoenix to come in, but Fire Hands, let's see how it works.
Well, Gorbage is the man who has been playing with a sniper, and it's gonna be another operator we've been gonna be seeing in action right now, and the location has been revealed with the recon bolt coming in use, and it's gonna be the Sova who might go in for the push. Gino right now already all ready to push in, but let's see how it turns out, because Vibigard has been taken down, Gorbage has been taken down. It's up to the last three guys. It's gonna be the Omen, Phoenix, and Sova. The Sova goes in again, and Sova has been taken down. It's up to very close. It's just up to Cypher right now to do something different for his team.
Yeah, and Cypher's ability is, when it comes to attacking, is not that great, but we have to see how good his aim is going to be. We can see that he's been connecting most of the shots using the Vandal. He's got complete HP at this point of time. Puts up a camera at the right spot, but eventually will be destroyed by Omen. And there's some high chances of Omen. None of them have their ability, right? None of them have their ults. So he's going to push in, but eventually Jojo is going to connect the right angle. He had the right angle against him, so eventually went in for the shot and connects it at the right spot, and eventually there's going to be another point for the attackers.
Well, it's right now at 8-2. The scoreboard stands at 8-2, so it has to be, Team ABCD has to come up with something special. I think the round hasn't changed yet. Yeah, the side change hasn't happened yet, so we'll know it for sure. We'll have the standings right now where Knave Jester still dominating the defender side with 12 kills.
Yeah, the eco looks really fair. Somewhere I thought if the attackers had lost this game, they did not have much of eco left where they can buy some really good guns, but eventually coming up with that kind of win, it's going to be easy for them. On the other end, we can see Sova doing most of the work for Cypher doing most of the he exactly knew where to place that. Jet is waiting for him at this time. He takes for a frenzy coming up against Vandal and eventually taking that kill. Now he has to fall back and make sure he holds the ground, because Jojo, we have seen that he's been in a very different, he's come up with a very, very different angle when it comes to the shooting, right? He's connecting most of the shots, even though the ult was being used, run it down was also being used. Let's see, it's going to be Naive versus Jojo, which is going to take place.
Whoa, that's a very close shot there coming in. Knave taking down Jojo, but instead Knave also takes down. That's a beautiful cover coming in from the attacker side. It's going to be a 3v2 right now. It's going to be a 2v3 right now where White Shadows are dominating, and I think Dino wants to go in for that push with the Sova and the Vandal. He just have one of...
He also has an Hunter's Fury, right?
Yeah,
so
he can use it.
Why by God is also going to have an angle against him at this time. We can see that it's important for attackers to go in and control at least one side beforehand, as we can see that they're going to watch out for it. They have to regroup anytime soon. But the key for White Shadows has always been that they're sticking together, and they're making sure that they stick together when they were going for attacking. Let's see how it's all going to change when it starts to defend, right?
Yeah, well, I think the defenders are unaware that the attackers are at the C side, and they're going to move to A, and it's a good time for Sova to go in for that plant. He's just waiting for the time to... Okay, he's just going to go in for that plant. He's just going to make sure that they have like the enough time they need, and there goes down Junin. It's going to be up to the last player. It's the Cypher standing once again. So let's see if the Cypher is going to make a difference, but no, it's going to be YB taking down a Cypher with a Vandal headshot.
I mean... By the way, YB God is going through all the attackers, even though being a Cypher, being an initiator, is just going in so strong. I don't know what to say about it.
Well, I think it's gonna be Cypher who's a Sentinel. Sentinel, actually, and they actually see the way this has turned out for White Shadows is like they are dominating because they stick together, and this is what like when it comes to the entire scenario, it always matters that you stick together. And right now, they might have to fall back a bit.
Yeah, and TABCD, they're not able to go and take it back. Every time the site has been taken off, they're not able to do the retake properly, due to which they're failing as of now. Viber God, we can see all players right now. Hunter's Fury coming into an
Whoa!
early play over here, eventually doing a bit of a damage. Eventually, Dino knew that he has to do an Hunter Fury over here and grab all the attention. So eventually, everybody will be pushing away from A, and through the A link, they'll be pushing again back inside A and taking the control. Attackers exactly know what they're doing at this point of time. They're going to go from A long, where they're not going to be disturbed, and eventually make it into the side with all three players going in if attackers are able to see it. But Nepu guarding them against in A tower is actually going to matter. He has also got the cam up, so in case he tags someone, it's going to be easy.
I like the way that White Shadow Esports are thinking right now, because two of them wants to go in from A long and two of them from the sewers. The Omen comes up with a smoke and it's gonna be a smoke screen, and I think Nepu is unable to do anything. He is unable to spot, and there's Sue taken down. That's a beautiful shot coming in, and there's the Hunter's Fury coming in from the opponent's side, and it's gonna be Team ABCDE with the Hunter's Fury, but still no help right now.
Ooh.
And Nepu with the Cypher, and it's Nepu using the Cypher and a Vandal in his hand. He gets a headshot connected. It's gonna be a 5v1, and it's up to the last enemy Cypher to do something here.
Yeah, and it's not going to be easy for them, as it's going to be easy picking coming in. It was a good watch out, right?
Yep.
Even though they were deviated, they regrouped at the right time, and eventually they were able to retake site A. They were able to defuse it as well with all 5 people standing. So this we can see that they're trying to progress. They're trying to learn the attackers' ways of getting into the site, and eventually they're going for the retake. So it's good to watch that out. But most of it happened where Cypher did hold at A.
Yes, I like the way that White Shadow Esports selected the map of Haven, and it is giving the advantage because they knows that if it's gonna be just 2 sides, then it's gonna be a advantage for the opponent or the defender side. Because when it comes to 3 sides, you have to eventually distribute your player in such a way that even if a 5-man push comes in, you might not get the cover that you require.
Yeah, and eventually all this. Why by God? I mean, I'm too scared to play against him. I'll tell you why. If he's able to do this being a Cypher, just imagine what he'll be able to do with a Phoenix or a Jet.
Well, I think he might be pulling off wonders right now, and it's gonna be again a push coming towards A, and it's gonna be the A sewers and A long they're gonna be pushing in from, but A sewers is being held on, and that's a headshot coming in by the Sova. Okay, that's a Sova using its ability, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Trust me, I was looking somewhere else. For now, let's look back what Dino is doing. Dino exactly knows that the push had come in, and they were really successful in pushing them back at this time. The rotation has been taken towards C, if I'm not wrong, or at B. Why by God also knows that he'll be holding B, because C has already been gate kept properly. He puts up most of his traps over there, so
Yes.
if he looks at the camera, he'll eventually get to know where the enemies are.
Well, I like the way that Team ABCD has given the spike towards Omen, and the Omen might go in for the plant. Meanwhile, YB gets that what do you call it? He gets the signals that
Recon.
the team is here right now, and he goes in for the plant. The plant is here right now. Naive Jester, he's gonna make the plant count because it's gonna be the Cypher who was blinded right now, but
Yeah.
he just made sure that he got that kill, and he's gonna go in for that defuse. God, this man is amazing right now with an amazing gameplay. YB God takes down 3 of those players and goes in for that defuse, and it's gonna be a win for the defender's side.
Yeah, and if YY God is able to do this, I'm looking forward for what he can do when he gets the neural theft.
Yeah, he will be like,
and
I'm gonna hunt them down each and every player that's
and
just
instant replay, we can see what a beautiful shot coming in over there, and eventually it was the dart which actually made the difference over there. You were right, it was important for Reina to do it, Sova to do it. It was a shock bolt which took out, and eventually most of the abilities are not being used. It's all the gun game which is happening over here.
Well, can you see YB God with 18 kills, just making sure that he just stays on top of White Shadow Esports, and Team ABCDE right now wants to push into C, and I think it's the spy location has been revealed. YB God's location has been given out, and he's gonna go in for that push. He's gonna come in from the back and blinding off the enemies, and he just goes down. That's a beautiful kill coming there. Last 3 guys standing for White Shadow Esports from the defender's side. Jet is being tagged a lot. The Jet's health is very low, and Jet might have to come in with something else. But Sova and Phoenix still standing. There comes a recon bolt from the Sova, trying to make sure. Okay, that's not a recon bolt. That's gonna be one of those. What is it? Shock bolt. Shock dart coming in actually, and it's gonna be Nepu still standing. Nepu has been taken down. Sue comes in. It's just up to it's gonna be a 2v2 fight right now.
Yeah, and it's important. There comes a wall come in because of all thanks to Phoenix at this point of time. He's trying to go for the diffuse and eventually Dino's location has not been revealed. An easy clutch coming in and he'll be taking that one kill. It's going to increase their eco to buy a better gun next time.
Well, I like the way that Team ABCD is coming up. They got three, like they have 3 wins to themselves, but they might have to do something else to come out of the extraordinary because White Shadow Esports, they just need 2 points to just win this entire round.
Yeah, and ABCD also have really good attacking mode. We just saw what Sova did. He revealed the location, then comes up Cypher coming up with the cam inside. He also was able to detect one enemy inside C, and eventually they were able to rush in. We'll have to see what they're going to come up the second time they're attacking at this point of time, so it's important for them. We see that they're trying to push B at this point of time, but they'll be going against Gorbet, who puts up a smoke in front of her. It's going to be the Cloud which comes up for them. Aldron going out trying to hunt for her. If the location will be revealed, then it's going to be much more easier. Jet uses that Cloud Burst on both the sides to block the enemies from coming in. It's going to be the opening which they required. Phoenix come up with the first blood in this match, and it's going to be the hot hands coming up to be at the defensive mode.
Well, it's gonna be the Hoso also trying to make it count, and it's gonna be Phoenix coming in from the back. It's just up to the last 2 players standing from White Shadow Esports. It's gonna be the Owen and Cypher to do something for the team, and the Cypher is kind of trying to fall back towards the A site, and the spike is currently on the ground. I don't see any of the players carrying the spike. It's gonna be Team ABCD with Jet, Phoenix, and Omen, and they are spotting, and there comes the push. I think Vibegod does not want to wait for the push. The spike has been planted. I didn't hear it being planted, but they might try to go in for that defuse, but the attackers getting one more win in the name, and it's going to be Team ABCD making a comeback.
It was easy for the attackers, right?
Yes.
Because both the players started to come in from mid courtyard, so it was important for for them to divide the attention of the attackers. But eventually, they knew that they had to do something different. So this is what we were speaking about. All 3 players trying to be in the same distance possible. They knew that the attackers had to come in, but let's look at the new game which is coming up, and we want to see what the attackers can come up new with, because 4 points till them, it's going to be a sword swinging above their head. If they lose 1 more point, it's going to be as easy as losing.
Well, let's not forget about the prize pool. It's going to be 10K, and with the first team, the team finishing off the 3rd place, taking off 5K, it's just going to be an insane, intense competition between all of the teams right now, because Team ABCD also wants to be a part of it, and they're going to go in for that push anytime. Nave Jester, I think the attackers might go in for C this time. Looking at the positions, they're going to go in from the C garage, and I think, yeah, C garage, and they're going to push into C. And the economy looks very good right now, with Vibegod still with 18 kills and Navy Chester with 16 kills. And I think it's going to be a comeback for Team ABCD.
Yeah, and I have to say, ABCDE right now, depending only on the pistols, yet again, they're trying to push in. But, oh, am I watching this correct?
Yes.
I
Yes,
mean,
I think.
are they going to save up for the next round?
I think Team ABCDE is gonna save up this round because they need to do the economy, and it's gonna be the attackers. No, it's gonna be the defenders who are just stacked up on everything that they need.
Yeah, and it's important for them as well. They need to take that one final point for themselves. But eventually, we see that the ult is also being there's an ult on the side of ABCDE, right?
Yes.
So Jet has that ult, which would be used as a very strong offensive thing. Eventually, Naive comes up. It's gonna be the attackers coming up. It's the Bulldog doing most of the damage this time, but Jojo is able to connect 2 good headshots, due to which it's gonna be the right kind of opening required for the team.
Well, it's gonna be the Dino going down, and it's gonna be Jojo also gonna go down. White Shadow Esports down to the last player. Sova gets the spike. He might go in for the plant anytime. And I want to see where Jet is right now. I think Jet is gonna go towards A, but the attackers have decided to go towards C and go in for that plant. And there comes Juvenin, and yes, there comes the plant right now.
Yeah, and eventually they'll be taking this round, another round easily coming in for ABCD, all thanks to Juenin, who came in and did most of the work. Over here, it's going to be the ult used by him. It comes up as a good ult. As I told you before itself, this is what they were looking for. When they started to save up, they knew that there was an ult used over here. But eventually, how well is the Blade Stop going to be used? We have to see. She still got 2 upwinds and 1 cloud burst. How well she's going to execute it is important.
Well, she's being tagged a lot. She's just got 11 HP remaining, and she might decide to go back and save up this round because they have to come up with something special. Sova tries to go in with that shock dart, but that shock dart isn't. Okay, it's going to be a recon dart this time, and I don't know why I has been saying so long. And yes, it's gonna be the spike is gonna detonate right now, and yes, Gobbets is gonna go down.
Yes, Gorbich knew that she wanted a little more backup. He wanted a little more backup eventually, but did not get the right kind of backup probably. Let's see what the attackers are coming up with. Everything is falling in place for the attackers, but the defenders are not able to put any kind of point when it comes to defense. But let's see, it's going to be Jojo who comes up with the two kinds of knocks in the beginning itself. But this was Bond coming in and gave the right kind of opening. That, somewhere I felt that Bond could take it a little more forward, but eventually will be getting taken down somewhere in mid.
I like the way that YB God always blinds his spy cams. He just makes sure that no one can make it into the C side. He always makes sure that C side, he's just going to be the solo man who just needs to make sure that the C side is being guarded. And he just gives the call that they are going to push C. But eventually the help comes in a bit late, and by that time YB God gets taken down.
Ooh.
And then Gorbits like the remaining team tries to come in for the backstab, but it does not work out for them. Meanwhile, it's going to be White Shadow Esports losing one of the players. It's up to the last three guys standing. Serve with
Four.
Phoenix.
It's
The
four
last
guys.
four players standing. Serve with the Phoenix is going to go in for a long rotation towards A.
Yeah, and A right now being, there's nobody guarding A at this point of time. We can see that Roman is trying to take that rotation. Eventually, he'll detect that A is being taken over by Phoenix. But look at what they have done. Attackers have come up with something new. They're going to push C. Eventually, they know there's going to be one other player. They'll be watching out for him. It's going to be Cypher's location has been revealed all thanks to the Recon Bolt. And eventually, they'll be coming in easy and they'll be taking it up. But on the other side, the Hunter's Fury coming in and Phoenix will be guarding that Hunter's Fury. Eventually taking the kill. Surreal is right now knows exactly what to do.
It's just going to be up to Soa and Phoenix, the last two guys standing from White Shadow Esports to make something different. And it's going to be the spike that's going to be planted. The spike is being planted right now. Yes, the spike has been planted. It's about to detonate in a few seconds. And the locations have been revealed. It's going to be the Recon Bolt coming in from the Soa. From the White Shadow Esports, he's gonna come in from the push from C Garage, but the Phoenix decides to come in from the backs. Phoenix has been taken down. It's up to Soa, and Soa might decide to just fall back rather than come in and just get spotted and finished off.
Yeah, and eventually he did the right thing. He tried to, come up and reveal those locations. He's gonna hold the defensive mode right now. He's gonna make sure he's gonna save up for the team for now. And really, really happy will be ABCDE team with their performance. Eventually got detected over there. Somewhere I thought that he's gonna be taken off, but Dino saves it up at the right time. Uses a recon bolt. Even to the last second the fight was going on, that was a good thing to watch out for.
Well, it's gonna be Dino again with the Soa, and it's gonna be Baby God, the man I have to look out for, because he is the only man watching out C every time. I've been saying it. And when it comes to the attackers side, when we talk about team ABCD, they always want to push in towards C. So B is kind of unguarded, but team ABCD does not want to push into B. And as we talk about A, it's gonna be the Jet coming in for the backstab every time from team ABCD.
Yeah, defenders is going to be easy. It's a very small rotation they have to do. But attackers, if they choose to change the location from one place to another, is going to be a bit of a trouble for them. Recon Bolt coming in at C-Long is not going to reveal anybody that comes up to say the attack can take place somewhere at B or A. So eventually the Recon Bolt has revealed the locations of the attackers at this point of time. The all-round coming in, it's not going to be destroyed anytime soon, but eventually it's going to time out itself. So the Jet is going to be really happy. They would want to push in. The attackers have to strategize with something else new, as the shock dart is going to stop them from entering into the site. Let's see, Viber God. He is looking forward for more kills so that his inventory gets come up. It's going to be A, which is going to be contested right now. It's going to be Surreal who's going to be waiting up. Eventually his location was revealed and Juin comes up with a knock against him using the Vandal. A-Long not being guarded at this time. Is the Recon Bolt coming out to reveal any kind of other locations? Phoenix already come in. It's going to be that one opening and the Heaven. The two places where they'll have to enter in from to take the retake.
Well, I think it's going to be the plant that's happening right now. Omen goes in for the plant. The last two players standing for team White Shadow Esports gets spotted eventually. The Jet comes in with a beautiful Vandal shot, takes down Knave Jester. It's a 2v3 fight that's happening right now. And Gorbits has been taken down. It's going to be up to Dino to do something. And Dino might go in. Dino has to literally do something for his team. And it's attackers taking a beautiful comeback. They have 7 points to themselves. They are closing in the gap. They had a beautiful lead. As we talk about White Shadow Esports, they had a beautiful lead of 2-9. But instead, it's just come down to a beautiful performance. It's coming very close. We're gonna see an 11-11 coming up soon. When we come to the replay, it's gonna be Gorbits, who just was about to take down Bond F but gets taken down instead.
Yeah, and eventually this is what Vibe is going to do. Vibe God is going to do. I mean, I don't understand how come his name is so surreal. Why by God?
Why by God? like why God? He might be asking God like why it is happening with me.
Yeah,
Like he has
Jet is
18 kills and he has been able to move fast, but this might be a match we have to watch out for. There comes the old Ron coming in from Sova, and the locations have been revealed. Serve's location has been given out. He goes in for that flash, and he just wants to hold C right now. I don't think Vibe by God is on in the C location right now. I don't think he has C any power over C.
Yeah, and eventually Phoenix is being detected. The spike carrier also gets taken down. Gorbit does the right kind of thing for the team. He's going to put up more of those cloud bursts. He's going to recall all his teammates. Suvair is also doing most of the job for the team. So eventually, I think this is going to be an easy picking when it comes to the defenders. As Jui is doing most of the work, Gorbit gets backstab from behind. He's going to be the last player standing. A Recon Bolt probably which was come up over there. Yes, it's a Recon Bolt which is coming up. But eventually, is there a neural theft which came up?
Yes, that's a neural theft coming in. It's gonna be the Cypher from the opponent side. White Shadow Esports, the last guy still standing, coming in from the back, and it's gonna be a backstab happening onto them. But there comes the kill, and
nice
it's a
shot.
spike carrier going down. It's a 1v1 fight, and that's a clutch coming in. Very low HP. Soa from team ABCDE was at a very low HP. He gets taken down. It's gonna be the match point for Team White Shadow Esports.
I mean, just imagine, we just spoke about why by God, and eventually ABCDE will be telling that why by God. So the frustrations might be.
I can imagine the players doing that right now. Why God, why did it happen? It was like, even if I had a little bit more HP, I could have clutched it out. Or maybe the Hunter's Fury might have come into action if he had it.
Yeah, and neural theft was something which did not do any kind of advantage for them, because the rotation which was taken by God was really clever. I mean, now look at what the hot hands as well as the crowd buzz goes at the mid. They're gonna make sure nobody's gonna come up from garage. So eventually blocking it off. We can see that Gorbit on the other end has used his ult. It's gonna be. I don't know, somewhere I feel that this Blade Storm can actually come into a huge effect only if he's able to take one player down. There's one player going down, there's the second player coming in. Cloudburst comes in for defense. Eventually he knows that there's a person behind that. He comes in, another shot gets connected, but eventually gets taken down by Naive. Comes up with the shot against him, but he's done most of the damage, and he'll be really happy with this performance, taking down 3 players.
It's gonna be the last 2 players standing for Team ABCD, and it will be able to touch it, but no, the defenders win it. It's gonna be a beautiful win for White Shadow Esports, getting those 13 points and 13 and 7. And it's a beautiful gameplay by Team ABCD. They did try to put up a good fight. They did make a comeback. When it was like 9-2, I was like, maybe this time for them to give up. But no, they made it sure that they had like 7. They came up to 7, right? They came up to 7, and like literally they made a beautiful comeback.
Yeah, why by God did most of the work which I had to
exactly.
do. I mean, as a Cypher, we have seen that Cypher uses Cyber Cage as a defensive one, but for the first time we were able to see it's not something new, but once we are casting and we're able to see it used so well, it kind of surprises us. I mean, when it comes to A-Log, he started to put it and make sure that Jet has that,
The cover.
Yeah, just has this cover to just go in and take that first knock. And eventually, when it comes to defense, I did not see any of his defense being used, any of his abilities being used. Even though the trap wires were there, it was not being activated much.
Yeah.
But eventually, when it came to the gunpowder, he performed the most. And supporting him was Jojo.
Well, Jojo, I think I like the way that the Jet performed from the White Shadow Esports. He was going like all in. Whenever he had the ultimate ready, he just made sure that he had 3 kills. Every ultimate I have seen that Jet making it count. And so the reckoning darts, the reckoning bolts that he sent out, it just made sure that it was at a place where the enemies could not destroy it from both teams. I like to appreciate the SOA from both teams, that they just gave away the location so easily, so nicely that the enemy could not even comprehend it.
Yeah, and eventually once the locations were revealed, it was easy for the teams. The attackers have done most of the job. I mean, while attacking, the way they took those early points, they almost got like 8 points.
Yes. They made a beautiful lead when they had the spike. They just went in for the spike. Like they had stick together. They just made sure that the defenders, that's gonna be Team ABCD, was scattered. They made sure that one of the players goes in from the back and makes the enemy think that the entire team is gonna go towards A while they were pushing towards C. A, and that's
Yeah,
the strategy eventually that turns
the
up that
decoys.
yeah, that turns the entire tables for every team.
Yeah, the decoys, the punching bags did the right thing. They made sure that they grabbed the attention somewhere else, and eventually, yeah, we saw, right. There was no sentinels much of being in use.
Yes.
So, and we also know that using sentinels when there is a map of, when there is a map like heaven and there are like three spots, somewhere it comes up as an advantage. But also at the same time, when you're using a sentinel, you're gonna restrict yourself in going in for an attack,
Yeah,
right?
also
So
you have to stay back and just hold it a bit. Even if for a map like Haven, you could have gone with Sage and maybe gone for a B, walling B, and then pushing it towards the other sides,
see,
or something like that.
I do understand that it's going to be easy for us to sit here and cast this and say all that, but on the other hand, the strategy was coming up really good. But yeah, they had clear people. They had clearly set up. I mean, a clear strategy was in hand with them, and it all executed really well. But congratulating them. But ABCDE, they did not go out without a fight.
Yeah,
They
they
gave up
did.
a really good fight, and eventually, it's the top 8 best fighting teams.
Well, if I talk about why by God, you remember the 12th match where they won? Like the 12th winning point for Team White Shadows, there was the last 1v1 fight between the SOA and Cypher. The SOA was at a real low HP. The tables could
Why
have
by
turned.
God?
Yeah, the why by God was the Cypher in the opponent side, and the SOA from the defender side was at 10 HP, I guess. Yeah, at 10 HP. And then if he had a different, like if he had a health level, the match could have been still been in motion right now.
Probably, but why by God stood out for his team for sure. How many kills did he have? Somewhere
I
you
think
read out.
somewhere when I saw the last standings, it was somewhere 18 kills. But we are gonna know about the MVP of this match. I'm sure
I
it's gonna be
think.
Wi-Fi God itself.
Oh, it's garbage which coming up with
Oh,
18, 18. See, when it comes to KDA, it also depends on everything. And it's an average combat of 290 that comes up to say. We saw Gorbit taking out most of the players when they were trying to defend as well. So eventually, he's done most of the job for the team. It's going to be an average combat of 290, where he's taken down 18 times and he's got 8 assists.
well, 8 assists. That shows that he just made sure that he went in for those the support that his team needs. But it's from White Shadow Esports, so I want to see the remaining players, like maybe a player from. I think it's gonna be. I'm not
Jojo.
sure. It might be Jojo, but from Team ABCD also there was a player who was performing. I think it's the Sova. We'll know it for sure.
Yeah, and it's going to the match gets over at Haven. It was a very well played match, but White Shadows made sure that
They had the
they're too
advantage.
bright as a shadow.
Yes.
I mean, for the first time, we are able to see some shadows being too bright against the enemies, and eventually A, B, C, D, E will have to strategize still Z and come back for the next match.
Well, White Shadows, they have this wins. They were deserving this win. So let's see how it turns out for them, because White Shadow Esports, like, they deserve this win. They deserve this win because when they had the lead of 8 points, I was like, the match might end in the next 10 minutes or something. Like, maximum might go for the 10 minutes, but ABCD, like, they also did it well. They could have somewhere, they did lack somewhere a bit, because when they went for the B push, they could have used a Reckoning Bolt, they could have used the old
Yeah, but
drones.
Cypher had to be alive till then, right? So eventually, what they started to do was they started to block off the mid doors when we were trying to push B. So we saw that Hot Hands was also being
Yes.
used, Cloudburst was also being used over there, and they made sure the enemies don't come in. But as soon as they get to know that the mid doors are being blocked, all the defenders from A are gonna push to either B or C. So
Yes, exactly.
the retake is going to be much more easier. When you're revealing with your abilities, then it's going to be a little tough for them.
Well, I think most of this fight happened somewhere between C, B, and C garage. This is where most of the fight have been taken down. I think only two, 3 matches were the matches where we could see A sewers or A long being contested for. A tower was the place where you remember the guy. I
It's
think
going to be Cypher again.
it was Cypher. It was Cypher and the
But
Jet trying to.
it was very very good deviation by Jet. You
Yes.
know,
Jet trying to use the updraft, trying to land some shots, but then coming in for a backstab. That was a beautiful win that was coming in from Team ABCDE.
yeah, and we'll be looking for the next game. Those who have come in, those who have tuned in right now, please don't forget to subscribe. This is going to be the first day of Squad, and if you have to win, you have to squad up for sure. So Squad is coming up with not one or two. There's going to be much more games. There's going to be all kinds of games coming up at Squad. You do not want to miss it. There's going to be more Valor tournaments as well. All the Valor lovers, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to support your team. We have other new teams coming up as well,
Yes.
and we have well-known names games coming in as well. I'm looking forward for all those things. But for now, we're just gonna look back at what was a little bit of a shocker for us was the MVP.
Yes,
It came up to Reina.
I was gonna hope that it might have been the why God, why by God,
Yeah,
why by God, but
I think he
when
performed at the end, and that's why his name was
yeah,
left out in our
might be
minds.
possible. But that might one of the main reason that he could not pop up on the MVP table. But also, as we speak about the squad, it's not just limited to a single platform. It's gonna be like all open for PC gamers,
Yeah,
console gamers, mobile gamers.
yeah.
Like whichever platform you play on, we are gonna have some games coming up for you. And for that, all you need to do is stay updated. For that, you can also follow our Instagram handle. That's gonna be squad.gg,
Yeah.
and you can subscribe to our YouTube channels also.
Yeah, and eventually, while we jumping up to the next game, I would want to say one more thing. We saw that it was more initiators in the game this time.
Yes,
It was
duelists, initiators, and I think we didn't
controllers.
have sentinels.
Yeah, it was more controllers as well. We had Omen.
Yes,
We had Reina.
we had Reina, Omen, no
Jet.
breaches, Phoenix, Jet,
So Phoenix, Jet, and
Sova.
Reina comes up as duelists.
Yes,
Yes, and then we had Sova on both the sides as initiators, and then we had Omen on both sides as well, right?
yes,
So Omen on both sides as controllers.
controllers. Yes,
Yeah, so a very well strategized map for Haven. But we'll see. There's going to be other maps coming up as well. There's a lot for us to learn as well.
yes,
As we will be getting into the game more deeper. It's not like we are born with some good knowledge.
yes.
So let's see how it's going to be as the new matchup will be coming in front of your screens anytime soon. Those who are watching up, next match it's going to be with Team Spotlight as Reckoning Esports
Well,
will be
Reckoning Esports, it's gonna be Rio, INQ, Trust, BBRZ, and Lost. These are gonna be the 5 players playing from Reckoning Esports, and I think Reckoning Esports do reckon some like beautiful
Yeah,
games. I do reckon I do remember myself reckoning back to some beautiful games.
yeah, and it's going to be Triple Q on the other end comes up with Bones, Bullet, BB1, Draft, and it's going to be Trickster.
Next.
One more thing is for sure. We can see over here we have one duelist coming in, and there's going to be 3 controllers, if I'm not wrong.
I think that's gonna be 3 duelists.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
3 duelists, 1 controller, and that's gonna be okay. We're gonna know it for sure. It's gonna be the match that's gonna start off very soon. It's gonna be the map of Ascent this time, and the map has been picked up by Triple Q this time. And I like the way that they have went for Ascent. It's just gonna be 2 sites, I guess. Yes, 2 sites, A and B. We have to see watch out for the marketplace, how it's gonna be evolved in the mid, or if someone's gonna go with Sage or something different, rather than going out than when they usually rather than going out than they usually do.
Yeah, Ascent has also got this Heaven place, so that comes up to say that they have to come up with more controllers rather than anybody else, because it's important for them to make sure that they clear the line of sight when it comes to attacking and making sure that they just get in. It's going to be just 2 places which is going to be coming up. So even though there's one passage in middle where in the mid bottom or in the mid pizza where they can come in, or the mid courtyard, where it's going to be visible for both A and B. Ascent, let's look at this. It's going to be as we
Whoa,
for the
there's
first
gonna
time
be a race, Sova, Omen, and Rena coming in. So I want to see what Bones picks up this
yeah,
time.
initiators. Yeah, one initiator coming in, and there's going to be one controller coming in, 2 duelists coming in from the side of the attackers. And on the other end, we can see that Omen has been there always in each of the. Reina is coming up, so that comes up to say that there's going to be Bones is coming up on a defensive way. He's going to come up with Killjoy. So Killjoy is going to be the sentinel for the team.
Yes, I guess so. But let's see what is gonna turn out for Rio right now. So Rio is gonna be what is gonna select? I think he might go in for looking at the selections of the players. He might go
Yeah,
in for Breach.
probably a duelist if I'm not
Breach,
wrong.
Brimstone. No, he's
No,
going for
oh,
Sova.
initiator.
Whoa, whoa, he's gonna go for an initiator this time.
Yeah, and I think that's a good choice actually.
He hasn't confirmed
yeah,
it yet, I
yeah,
guess.
he's got one. They have got one initiator,
Choose
one
your
sentinel,
agent.
and one. What do you say?
Controller?
Yeah, yeah. There's one controller that's gonna be Omen,
Yeah.
and one duel. They got 2 duelists. So this team is kind of set. They might have but when it comes to attacking, they'll have to usually depend on both the duelists. It's gonna be Raze and Jet who's gonna come in. So everything is locked up at this point of time.
Well, as we talk about the attacker side, it's gonna be the Rena and Race coming in as the duelist, and we are gonna have the Omen as the controller, and so as the initiator, and there's gonna be the Killjoy as the sentinel.
Yeah, and I just hope that we'll be able to see something more.
Well,
Uh,
with the like the A side and B side, with only two sides in sight, I think it's gonna be a very fast-paced match, and it might be kind of difficult, or might be a bit of a change coming up this time.
Yeah, and I would want to see how they're going to be, how they're going to play here. It's going to be Killjoy who's going to be controlling at least one side. So the attackers are going to depend on that one side where Killjoy is now going to put up most of a dart or also swarm grenades or something like that. So it's going to be alarm bot coming up. It's going to be traits coming up. It's going to be the nano swarm which is also being used. No, alarm bot is she's going to put up an alarm bot at the mid to make sure that she understands who's over there. Nano swamp is not going to be used as of now. We can see that 3 players are depending on B at this point of time, whereas Omen and who is the other one? Oh, it's going to be one duelist and Omen who's going to be holding this
Well,
spot.
I see it's gonna be the attackers pushing in towards the A side as of now. They're gonna just hold on. There's gonna be Sova coming in with the old drone, and the owl drone is gonna give out the enemy's locations. But I don't see anyone right now at A. Yes, there is a player at A, and they
Yeah,
are still.
Omen is still waiting it out
Yes.
at A. Look at that, he's already walled here. He's going to make sure that's going to hold them back. Race comes up with a boom bot to reveal any kind of locations, but eventually doesn't do it. It's going to be Bones who's going to be holding back. He's going to bring back all of it. In the mid, we are not able to see any kind of fights in the mid, obviously, because Killjoy has put up her alarm bot in the mid.
Yes.
So eventually, once that goes down, that is when they want to come in. They're also still pushing back to A yet again. They've made sure there's no backstab from behind. So eventually, they come back at A. It's just 50 seconds left. Reina comes up with a blind. Eventually, she comes up. There's a smoke which has come up. The door gets shut down. So eventually, the initiators will be revealed anytime soon. I mean, initiators have already done most of their job. So eventually, Jet gets taken down. One duelist down. There is another duelist in the heaven. He's looking out for it. He knows that there's going to be a Raze behind that one spot. Raze is lit right now. Eventually, gets steered off. It's going to be Sova who's coming up to be a little more offensive. Initiator coming up with another blockage at A.
Yes, it's gonna be the initiators coming on for the blockage at A, and the entire fight is happening at A rafters and A side. It's gonna be the diffusal coming in. Will they be able to diffuse it? Yes, they might. They will get the diffusals, and it's gonna be the first point coming in for the defenders side. That's gonna be Reckoning Esports with 1 point and 3 players still standing. That's actually a wonderful play, because 3 players standing after a trade-off. It's like something I haven't been expecting from the defenders side.
Yeah, and let's look at what Accent is going to bring up. The defenders have proved themselves that if they keep their cool, it's going to be much more easier for them. So coming back over here, let's see how things are going to turn out, as Killjoy will be doing the same thing again. And right now, Bones is being used as a bait for the first time. So
Yes.
he's trying to push in more forward. So that comes up to say that who's going to save up? I just wish that I could see it. The economy, I see that the attackers are depending. 2 people are depending on it. It's going to be Omen and it's going to be Sage. It's going to be Jet and Omen coming up with the Spectre. So they'll be fine about it. And for the first time, Killjoy is going to take a different rotation. He's going to guard A this time rather than B. She's put up a dart, but no alarm bot being used and no nano swarm being used at this time.
I'm seeing Omen and Rena that they are gonna push in from the mid court, and let's see how it's gonna turn out from them, because they are at the mid top right now, and from there might be a backstab coming in from the attackers side, but the attackers might. They are just holding it. They just want to play it a bit safe, bit slow, because when it comes to the entire entire standings, it's just they have to go very slow. If they go in fast, they're gonna get detected by someone, and the entire team regroups very fast from the defender's side. And see, this is what I've been talking about. Omen and Rena sticking together, gonna go in for that mid push, and they are spotting Raze out in the open, and the Raze goes in for that kill. Rena has been taken down. It's gonna be the Jet coming in from the back, taking down Killjoy, taking down Phoenix. It's up to the last player standing out for the attacker side. That's gonna be Omen, and I think the spike has been dropped somewhere at the ground. The Omen going for a backfire. He's trying to fall back a bit,
Yeah,
and he's
Trickster's
just
trying
gonna
to
hold
play
his
some
location.
tricks
He
for
just
sure.
has a sheriff in his hand.
Yeah, Trickster trying to put up some tricks, won't be able to do it as Blitz comes up. It's Briz. Yeah.
BRZ.
BRZ comes up with the final kill. Eventually, I just love the way the recon bolt revealed the locations at B, and eventually Jet was able to come in and conquer at that point of time. I don't know how he did it. Did he use some kind of a cloud burst, or a, or probably use the tailwind to immediately go in and take those knocks? But eventually, attackers delayed it somewhere near B and eventually got taken down.
Well, it's gonna be the Sova from the defenders side with 4 kills, leading the team. Reckoning esports, and we're gonna see BRZ this time going in for the alarm bot at B side. I think that's not a wise place to put in the alarm bot at.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere I feel that that is holding off really good for them. So eventually they did try to push inside. They'll get a little bit of damage from the tart. So the tart being placed at the right spot, we can see the attackers are trying to come in from the mid. They're not staying together yet again. It's going to be Razor who will be holding off A long for now. So A main for now, I'm so sorry. And eventually the old round coming up, it reveals the location of Omen. That comes up to say that after this location is being revealed, the defenses get to know that they're trying to push in from mid, and eventually I think it's time for defenders to rush in. I think that is what the attackers are trying to do.
Well,
Bones do realize that there's an alarm bot in front of
but
them.
it's supposed to be the attackers who are going to go in for the push, but they just want to hold it off a bit. They are just looking out for the marketplace, mid-market, and I think the mid-market is still uncontested. BRZ is still alive. BRZ spots off, Bone spots off BRZ, and there comes the
Paranoia
it's going to
comes
be the Nanoswarm.
Yeah, Nanoswarm came in, Paranoia also came in, but couldn't do much of it. The cam also came out, but the swamp put up by the attackers have connected even more better, and eventually they were able to take not one, not two, but 3 players down. So eventually they'll be really happy with the performance. I can see that the attackers do not have any kind of ults at this point of time, so they need not worry. Their gunpower are actually working out. They're looking out for that plant, but eventually a backstab comes in. Probably it was a backstab or it was a long push which came in over there. Razor is coming in. He's already used the boom bot. He's been blocked. The site is being blocked at this point of time. But eventually, Reina detects him and will be taking him out. It's going to be another point coming in for attackers. Defenders will be losing their first point.
The team KQQ opening their first kill, like the first point in the entire point standing match standings. But right now, it's we're gonna go for the instant replay. We're gonna see Sova in action. It's gonna be taken off the last kill, and that was on to Razor. With that, we have the point standing coming in again. It's gonna be Rio with still 4 kills, and it's gonna be Bullet from team Triple Q with 4 kills. And I think the economy is looking kind of fake for the defender side. They might have to do something special, or maybe might go in for that push this time, or might go for an economy and make sure there's an operator coming into use. That's gonna be the Jet from the defender side, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it's from the defender side. So they want to make sure that they hold back the players at this point of time. BRZ is again coming back and putting most of his dart, and it's a good spot to put the alarm bot for sure. So if anybody comes up, so eventually draws back the alarm bot. He wants to come up with a different kind of strategy. He's put the dart at A. He exactly knows how things are going to turn out over there. On the other end, the Recon Bolt is being given out. He's going to reveal one location for sure, as Recon Bolt will be destroyed eventually. Trickster is coming in. Boombot is on his face, so eventually he knows that Killjoy coming in, and the operator doesn't connect in time as Bone comes up with a one-tap Vandal shot probably to the headshot, and eventually oh my god, Hunter's Fury has also come in. The damage is also being given. We are able to see the defenders are able to attack being on the defensive side, and it's really good to see that for sure.
But defenders losing one of the players. That was Jet going down. She had the operator in her hand. I want to see if someone's gonna pick up the operator and do something, do some beautiful sniping here. But meanwhile, Triple Q with all the 5 players alive, and I think Omen has to go in for that push, and have to go in for that plant right now. They're gonna go in for a plant, and there comes the smoke walls by Omen, and there goes the Nano Swarm right now. And I think no one is right now gonna be the victim of the Nano Swarm, because the race from the defenders side is still holding at A rafters right now.
Yeah, and right now Devo coming in. Eventually Reina is gonna push forward. I don't know when she's gonna use the dismiss after taking an enemy. Rio is trying to go in for a Recon Bolt. Was it a Recon Bolt which came in? No, I don't think that was the Recon Bolt.
That was Shock Bolt.
Yeah, there was a Shock Bolt coming in, not connecting much. So Omen health is down. There's no Sage to heal most of them. It's going to be Bullet who will be taking the operator. Is going to make use of it as much as possible. Right now we can see that one player of the attackers are already coming, are already being a little heavy against the defenders. and we can see Trivedi is coming up with a shot. One last player of the defenders will be cleared out as they do not stick together and come in from the same angle and eventually be cleared off.
Making it equal point 2-2 for both the teams. It's gonna be Team Triple Q taking this lead, making a beautiful comeback, and I think they're gonna push it towards the top of the board when it comes to the points tables. And with the attacking, I think it's gonna be the spike with I think Oman is gonna go again with the spike and go in for a plant this time. Looks like they're gonna go in for B push.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably Killjoy should go back and what he was doing in the previous game, in the first game, right? They made sure they cover Killjoy's tarts and all. It was all well set at B, but right now they're trying to go in with a different Rio comes up with the same plan which had happened before. But the Recon Bolt doesn't go in the right spot. Eventually, because one location was revealed, it was easy for them. There's one single shot coming in, and eventually Reina is able to give the opening for the attackers after losing 2 players. It's going to be a 3v4 situation against attackers. It's going to be Sova with it. Sova with the plant. He wants to go in at B probably. He'll be the lone man standing. He's falling back to the spawn again. It's going to be the shotgun coming into play. But eventually Killjoy will be getting taken down. Devo is going to come in. Oh my god, what a beautiful shot coming in. Misses 2 shots, but Reina comes in at the right time. But eventually gets it. Another shot coming in from Reina. Connects right well. It's going to be the Phantom coming into the play. 2 attackers still alive. But
It's
this time,
1v1.
Jet is going to make it all count as she's used Blade Storm, and it's going to be the last player standing, and eventually Blade Storm connects at the end. It's going to be Bullet going down, and
that's gonna be a beautiful clutch coming in from the Jet from the Reckoning Esports, right?
Yeah.
Like I did not expect that to happen, because with the number of players standing, it was looking very possible for Team Triple Q to take that win. But this time it changed out, and there comes the replay. That missing, he did miss. Oman missed out 2 of his shots, but right now it's gonna be Jet coming in again. Jet coming in with the with his ultimate, and then goes in all in. He does not want to hold back. It's gonna be the Blade Storm coming into action, and it's gonna be the 5th round. That's gonna 6th round actually starting right now. And it has all turned out to Raze right now to go and push from the mid right now. He's gonna go from the mid club and mid catwalk towards. I think they're gonna go from mid catwalk to mid club and then push in towards A.
we can see that the Jet's boombot got detected early on itself, and it was destroyed at this point of time. Omen is also trying to do something over here. We see the defense being really kept over here, whereas attackers are not able to come in. I know that the countings are going to come up eventually for the attackers. It's going to be a very tough job attacking in this map, but eventually Devo coming in. That comes up to show nobody is there, but Omen has used.
Well, Daft Nicole still holding his location, and Raze with a very hard scope holding on the mids. I want to see how it turns out for them. Meanwhile, it's going to be the Sova and Omen pushing in from B. That's going to be from B main, and I think there's no players near them. And there's an Odin. That's RGE Rio waiting with an Odin, and there's going to be a Nano Swarm coming in from Killjoy. I think that's a Killjoy from Reckoning Esports.
Yeah. And then eventually we can see that Hunter's Fury is also being used by the attackers, revealing most of the locations. I don't know whether the attackers are actually knowing what they're doing at this point of time. Eventually they're getting 1 player at a down. As they start to take over inside B, they get 1 player at a down and eventually gets cleared off. So, but this time the story is a little different, as Killjoy's ult was also being used.
Well, I like the way that attackers are not just giving up the space. They are just making sure to just catch up and stay very close to when it comes to points, because both of the teams right now have 3 points. And as we talk about the standings, it's Rio with 6 kills leading Reckoning Esports, and it's gonna be Triple Q Bullet with 7 kills leading Team Triple Q. And there's also gonna be Daft Nicole from Team Triple Q with 7 kills, and I think there's also 1 more player from Team Reckoning Esports with 6 kills. So they both are with 6 kills each, and it's gonna be BRZ coming in with the turret, and the turret has been destroyed, and they might go in for the push because Killjoy is very much tagged as of now. There goes down RGE Razor. Razor has been taken down by Daft Nicole. He comes in with a Phantom, I guess, in his hand.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Vandal. and he's able to connect the right kind of shots. Right now, he's a bit vulnerable at this point. Even though he tried to devour, he got the right kind of backup. Eventually, defenders will have one last player left. He'll be getting taken down, and the attackers are coming out with something really new as they all stick together and rush in together.
Well, I like the way that they are pushing in together. Like, they went offensive this time. They did not wait for anyone. They were like, let's push up this time. And instead of waiting, and they had the all five-man squad that they need, like the all five-man squad that they needed, and just went in for that push. Right now, we are gonna see Dafnikov, the man with 10 kills, leading their team, and the economy looking very much great for Team Triple Q, and Team Reckoning Esports might have to go in for an eco mode if they lose this match.
Yeah, and I think the defenders have to wake up. It's already been 4 points for the attackers. The Rickon Bolt coming in against Race. He's going to make sure that he's going to fall back. He's done enough, Ultron is also coming in as well. So eventually the attackers are trying to come in this side, but eventually Cloudburst coming in to save Jet. It's going to be Anaku who will be really happy with that one kill which he took away against... against the Race. So as soon as you know that the duelist is erased out of the equation, it's going to be easy for them.
Bones coming in with 2 consecutive kills, that just making sure that he does not miss his shots, and that's going to be RGE and IQ going down, and it's just Bullet who does not want to stop his bullets from ricocheting, and it's going to be Sova still standing. Sova will go in from the back. Sova tries to use the recon bolt, trying to give away the location, like trying to know the location. He can't give away to anyone because he's the last guy standing, and he gets taken down. That's a win for the attacker side. Attackers taking a 2-score lead right now. It's gonna be the 9th round that's gonna be starting right now, and let's see who takes the advantage of this match.
Eventually, let's see how it all turns out as Bones is coming up with a very good... look at what he does over there, right? That's the right kind of offensive gameplay coming in from a what do you say, Sentinel.
Yes, exact Sentinel.
Okay. I mean, he used that what do you call that? Nano swap?
Nano swap.
In such a way that he's going to bring out enemies from that corner, and eventually the Vandal connected so well that he took down both the players. On the other end, the Recon Bolt is going to reveal. Razor is right now going with the Bucky. So let's see whether he'll be able to connect any kinds of... Most of them are coming with the shotgun this time. So let's see how this game is going to turn out. It's going to be Vandal versus Bucky's coming in. He's going to rush in. He's done the right kind of damage. He takes down... he's take down the Raze. Good to see that Killjoy is able to take down Raze.
Well, it's going to be Reckoning Esports. They have to come up with something because losing 2 of the players in the early stages, like the early moments of the match, they might have to make a difference this time. The all-drone comes in, but there's a beautiful kill by Jet coming in. It's just going to be the last 2 players standing. It's going to be Omen, and that's going to be the Rena being taken down? Yeah. Sova takes down Rena, so it's up to Killjoy. Killjoy has to go in for the plant anytime from the attacker side, and it's going to be Omen from the attacker side who has to give the cover that he needs. And I think Lost knows where the position of the enemies are, and he has a smoke on him right now, and he can spot 2 of these enemies in front of him.
Yeah, it's a dark cover which came up, but the footsteps have revealed a lot. Both the dark covers are covering that one place, but the Recon Bolt is being called right now. The Recon Bolt connects at the right spot, and eventually it's Hunter's Fury which is connecting. It's done most of the damage for the team. The Reckoning Bolt has also revealed most of the area. It's going to be both the teams which have to rush in, but Omen, I don't know what he was doing on the other end. He was trying to exchange some guns. Attackers have also put... Killjoy has come up with her ult, so it's going to be tough for them to hold off right now. 2 seconds left. Lockdown being destroyed at this time. That's the best thing which he could have done. Sova knows that he has to come up and do something special. He's going to be an operator on his head as well as a Vandal. If he's able to come up with 1 kill at least, then he'll have a fighting chance, or else he's going to be gone. There we can see that Sova is trying to come in. He's going to taunt on from both the sides, but eventually he takes down Bones, but gets exchanged, all thanks to Trickster, who did the best trick ever.
Well, I like the way that Trickster comes in from the back, makes sure that his teammate needs the cover that he needs, but he could not save his teammate eventually, but making sure that the point goes towards Team Triple Q, and it's going to be the 10th match from round, 10th match? That's the 10th round actually we're going to be seeing, and there's the shotgun coming into action, Bucky coming into action, and it's going to be Lost that was taken down, and it was the last match. This was the fight we were watching out for, where the Sova took down Bones, but eventually got traded off by the Omen coming in from the back.
Yeah, there are two Vandals and three Phantoms being chosen by the attackers this time. They look really hard at this point of time. All of them are pushing B. Reckoning Bolt coming in. It's not going to reveal much. Owl Drone coming out as well from the attackers. It's going to reveal one location inside. So that comes up to say it's going to be easy for the attackers at this time, as they know exactly the paranoia doesn't connect, doesn't put anybody down. We can see that the Boombot had already gone in. They've already lost two players. So eventually only 3 players left. I don't know how well the defenders are going to do this, as attackers are looking really strong with the Vandal. They're waiting for that 1P coming up. A good shot coming in over there against Omen. But Bones gets taken out somewhere far away. Rio takes down another. It's going to be... Oh, look at the ult being used right now by Anaku. Eventually, he was able to do the right kind of damage. He knows that the plant is fallen down over here. So let's see whether he'll be able to take that shot against Omen, as Omen is coming up with the dark cover. I don't know how that is going to help. Reina is going to come in. The P comes up. A beautiful shot coming in. It's going to be... Is it going to be an ace? I'm not sure. I just hope it is. And we can scream out ace at this point of time. Oh my goodness, the clutch comes in. Very well played by Anaku. He exactly knew where the enemies were coming from. He held the right angles and was able to give the point for the team.
Well, that was a beautiful gameplay. I really need to appreciate Anaku, because the way that he used his ultimate was something I was expecting him to, because the defenders needed to make a comeback this time, and it's going to be Reckoning Esports with 4 points, following at a lead of 2 points is going to be Team Triple Q, and the spike this time is going to be with the Killjoy, and let's see how they're going to go in for the plant, because I think they might have to come in for something different. It's going to be Anaku again going with the operator this time. Last time, I think the first time she took the operator, Jet could not connect it. But
Yeah,
this
she was
time,
not
she's
successful.
making sure the shots just get connected, just going for that headshots back to back.
Yeah, attackers on the other end, they're relying on B at this point of time. All drone going in. All kind of grenades are also being used by Killjoy. The old drone has gone in. It reveals a location that somebody is on the long. And we see that Sova's trying to put in some as well. The shock bolts are coming in, not connecting any. It's going to be Trickster who's going to hold the ground. We just still have 1 minute. You know, the last 20 seconds is also enough. They're going to hold up these angles, all different angles possible. Reina is trying to take that peak towards that one big opening at the mid. Let's see whether she'll be able to come up at somewhere that one knock at market. We can see Sova is trying to come in, will be taking against Bones, will be cutting that shot with that Vandal. So that comes up to say, again, it's going to be tough for the team. Alarm bot being triggered at this time. They get to know that the team has already gone inside B. So the defenders have to come up with something special like how they did in the previous game.
The spike gets planted at B, and the defenders have to go in for that push right now. I think the Killjoy is going to go in with a turret. Yes, that's going to be...
No, Killjoy has gone with her ult. It's going to be lockdown being called off. But look at what's happening over here. And he's going to use his Hunter's Fury to take down
the lockdown.
Yeah.
And that's what something I haven't seen something like that. But it's a beautiful use of IQ. And there comes the finish.
Oh.
And that's going to be a beautiful sniping. And IQ, this is the reason why I like it. And it's up to Sova from the attacker side to just hold both the players. And it's going to be Lost being taken down, and it's going to be a 1v1 fight again.
Oh my goodness!
Dude, what the hell did you do here? And just made sure to clutch it, but meanwhile the spike detonates, and that's going to be a win for Team Triple Q.
I mean, Haneke over there, he exactly knew where to keep that aim, you know. He exactly knew that it's going to be a crouch which is coming up from the opposite side. He was able to connect it at the right time. But on the other end, somewhere I thought that Bullet will be able to clutch it out for the team. He used the Rake and Bolt at the last moment. He was able to reveal the location of Trickster. He was able to take him down, but eventually was not able to connect the final shot against Anaku, who's like one of the strongest players when it comes to this
he's
match.
like, the moments they are fast, like with the Jet. He's also playing with the Jet, so his movements are fast to unable to predict because he's too fast for the player's eyes. And right now we're gonna see the Race taking down the opponent Race with the boom bot, and it's gonna be a 4v4 fight happening right now here. And the recon ball reveals the location at B side, and it's gonna be a B push this time. So I want to say, and it's gonna be Bullet taking down Rio, and Bullet might go in for that push. It's gonna be, I'm looking like Race taking down Race. Sova taking down Sova, so it's gonna be what are we gonna see now? Omen
Yeah.
taking down Omen?
No, Paranoia coming in to block BRZ. I don't know, he's got a trait still in hand. I don't know when he's going to use it. It's going to be Reina who's going to come in. He's going to move around and then take down Omen. Eventually, it's going to be tough for most of them. It's going to be tough right now for the defenders to take it back. But still, they're going to rely on that one man. And that one man is supposed to be Anakin,
Well,
who's still alive,
Anakin has to do all the defense, and it's gonna be the lockdown coming in. It's I think did it detain any player? I'm not sure as of now, but let's see.
Oh
and it's the
my
attackers
goodness.
taking that last shot with the Phantom. That's gonna be Reina, Daph Nichols with that Phantom, making sure that the last player Anakin has been taken down.
Yeah, I wish I could see what they're going to buy beforehand itself. We can see that the Ghost is coming in hand of draft. Yeah, so he's going to rely on an echo kind of a round this time. They want to make sure it's all easy for them. At this time, we can see that the defenders are doing a good job. As of now, they've got eight points. On the other end, the attackers will be really happy. Trying to go in against a team like this and getting those 4 points is not going to be easy. And this is a map where you can be kept very easily. On the other end, we can see that the draft which came up with the right kind of opening, there was an exchange between the two Omens and the two Razors. On the other end, somewhere I thought that Omen will be able to connect that shot. Eventually was not able to. They tried to hold it back really well. Now the Raken Bolt coming in. Everybody are pushed at A for the first time. We'll be able to see this at BRB will be leading as a Killjoy. There's a boom bot coming in from Razor. He wants to make sure that nobody's guarding at this spot. He comes up. He's going to give the opening if they require it. Cloudburst coming up. Let's see. Devore also coming in.
Well, he's gonna push in from A3, and there's a headshot coming in, and the Bones perfectly picks off the Bones perfectly gives off the cover that his teammates needs, but eventually gets taken down. It's up to the last 3 players of both the teams to pull it off this time, and it's gonna be the turret coming in, but no, he just wants to hold off a bit. There's a Firebird coming in, revealing the location of the Killjoy, and it's gonna be a Shock Bolt also coming in, and the Shock Bolt does not do any damage as of now. There's the location being revealed again, and there goes down Bullet. It's up to Lost. Let's see how it turns out for Omen and Raze right now.
Yeah, and it's important for them to take those both of them were relying on Ghost at this point of time, right? So it started off to be good for the attackers. I'll be taking 1 more point for themselves. Now the tables have turned, right?
Yes.
It's important for the attackers to take it home. It's going to be Reckoning Esports right now going in for attack. We saw what they could do at defense. They got around 8 points at defense. They'll be really happy about it. But they have to take this point up. It's going to be Rio who came up over there to be a little different. It started to take that shots against him. Eventually, the last shot which happened over there, there was a lot of movement from both the sides. Somewhere I thought that the Raze could register it, but Rio did the right thing and connected the shot.
Well, I think the spike is gonna be with the Omen from Reckoning Esports, and when we have the after the first half, we're gonna have the points table coming in, and it's gonna be INQ, and he is literally leading with a beautiful 17 kills, and I think he's just carrying his team as of at this point. But let's see, because he's not getting the cover that he needs from the team, and it's very important to stick together. Meanwhile, the Recon Bolt has been destroyed, and it's gonna be Bullet trying to take down the standing opponent to him. It's gonna be the Shock Bolt doing a lot of damage onto KJ, and the Killjoy has decided to fall back, or stand on. The Killjoy did not decide to fall back. They decided to stick together with the same. It's going to be INQ pushing in towards mid, and there's going to be the Sova that has been spotted. There's a backstab coming in. Beautiful backstab by INQ. It's going to be, he's just going to go in for that smokes there, and he's safe as of now.
Yeah, and he's guarding it out really well as well. He puts a cloud burst. He eventually takes the Vandal which was lying over there. He did the right kind of damage. He knows exactly what to do. The attackers have the right kind of backup coming in from Anakin. So it's easy planting which is coming up from them. But Anakin could be backstabbed at this time because it's going to be BPT who comes up from behind and eventually able to connect some shots. Seraph not able to connect. So Razor is doing most of the job. Rio comes up with the final shot against him with the Ghost. And eventually it was a really good teamwork coming up from there. Jet, as soon as he came in, he knew that Anakyo had to do 1 or 2 kills in the mid because mid was gate kept properly. He comes up with the first knock. It was a good game coming up from the
Well,
attackers.
the backstab was something they have to look out for. That's going to be Team Triple Q. Have to look out for the backstab coming in from Anakin because Anakin does not go offensive, but when he does, he just makes sure that he has 2-3 kills before going down. And it's going to be Bones right now, going to place his alarm bots right now, and I think that's a beautiful way to plant it. It's going to be at the A trees, and yeah, it's going to be at the A trees, and there's going to be mid catwalk, courtyard, and club that's going to be taken care of by the by Killjoy right now.
Yeah, attackers using that boom bot to reveal most of the location. The all round coming in, that also gets destroyed. The attackers are using the Killjoy's ult at this point of time. The Recon bolts coming in probably anytime soon. It was the shock bolt which came in and did not connect anything, but the nade came in at the right time. But Doff, using his IQ in a better way, was able to devour from there. Eventually he'll be coming back anytime soon. The attackers are able to land not one, not two, but all kinds of shot against them. Eventually they'll be taking the round. It's going to be a point number 7 for them, and the defenders are lagging behind slowly.
Well, I think the attackers just wanted to make sure that they have the opening that they needed, and they just got the opening when the side shifted, when they got that spike in the hand. They are just going all offensive because when it comes to the defending part, you have to like divide yourself. And now we are gonna speak about the point table standings. It's gonna be INQ with 18 kills right now, and that's literally a good gameplay coming from the INQ. And with Team Triple Q, that's gonna be Bones, I guess, with the maximum number of kills, but we'll know it for sure.
Yeah, and right now the all round being used by the attackers, they really want to go in, but the revelation has already happened over here. As we can see, it's easily it's gonna be what's happening over here. I saw the recon bolt coming in reveal most of the attackers' location at A, but I can also see that the player who had gone in inside B where nobody was there started to fall back.
Yes, I think they're going to go for a different rotation with it. We can see both the teams taking the long rotations towards B, and B is going to be contested against this time. And there's going to be mid that's going to be safeguarded. You can see it in the small map on the top left of the screen that all the players making the way. And I think there's a single player only left at A side. And who is that going to be?
And it's going to be Trickster and BB1 who already came in. A great kind of backup coming in from them. Lost puts up a paranoia, but doesn't come up. There it is. There is the ult being used right now. Razor takes down one player. At the same time, BR Jet comes up behind with the Phantom. Will be able to register one more kill. BB1 comes up with the ult at this point of time. Let's see how well it's going to be executed. He takes down Lost. At this time, it's going to be a 1v2 situation coming in against the attackers, as it's going to be Anakin who can do a bit more damage. We know what Anakin can do over here. He's looking out for a peak which is going to come up by either of the teams. He knows that there's a race behind that one box. He's trying to connect those shots. Revealing himself is going to be Omen. I don't know whether Omen has the paranoia. He uses it. He tries to use his ult, but doesn't do it. But Anakin comes up, eventually uses his win. I don't know how to take it forward right now. Anakin is trying to fake it out for the team. Eventually, it's going to be a 72 versus 6, which is coming up over there. A shot trying to be connected by Trickster. Doesn't do it at the right time. Anakin comes up. He takes a peek, but reveals his location. The shot connects at this point of time. It's going to be a good shot coming in with the Vandal.
That's going to be Reckoning Esports
Phantom.
Yeah, that's going to be the Phantom. That's going to be Reckoning Esports and Team Triple Q with 8 points, both the teams. And it's going to be a very close fight from here on, because it's just going to turn the tables, because Reckoning Esports have just gone all aggressive right now. Meanwhile, as you're going to see, BB1, he just went in with that alt, made sure that he got that kill onto the player that was standing opposite to him. But still, right now, as we move into the, that's going to be the 17th match. Yes, the 17th match. The 17th round of match number 2, and it's gonna be a very much aggressive round coming in, because there we can see the boom bots and the alts coming in very much early into use. I think Lost has almost got his ultimate ready, and he might be using it anytime. Meanwhile, INQ also has to just go in for one kill. I think he has his ult ready, and he might go in with the ult that he needs to right now, because it's gonna be the jet that's gonna be used right now. That's going to be the Blade Storm.
The Dark Covers are actually holding the attackers behind at the mid, right? And most of them are trying to come in at mid. And we can see one player's location has already been revealed. Probably it was the Recon Bolt which came in over there. We can see A being completely guarded by the defense of Killjoy. We can see the Tarts being placed at one side. There's going to be Nano Swamp also being used, and an Alarm Bot also being stopped over there. So they have no other choice to go into B at this time. Jet is also trying to gatekeep at B. The patience is going to be the key for anybody right now. We can see that B three players are already trying to push in at B. It's going to be Razor who's going to be waiting for the backup for the team, but there's going to be a Recon Bolt coming in, immediately getting destroyed by the from the defenders because it came in from the attackers.
I think the attackers are gonna go in towards a B push right now, and there goes down BB1. BB1 has been taken down. The push coming in with Jet going in with the abilities that he needs, and there's gonna be the Sova that's been taken down. That's gonna be a Phantom put to a good use. It's gonna be INQ, the man. He just wanna make sure that he just gets all the skills with the Jet. He has his ultimate still ready. He might use the ultimate exactly at the time he needs it, and Trickster is gonna go use that smokes and use the dark cover that he needs, and it's still Daphnox that's holding his location. Razor still ready with his Rena, and it's gonna be very close fights happening. The Recon Bolt giving away the locations, and it's gonna be Daphne Golf who's gonna be spotted anytime right now. Daphne Golf gets taken down, Bones gets taken down. It's gonna be up to Trickster to do something. It's gonna be a 1v4 clutch, and he does not do it, and it's gonna be a beautiful point for Reckoning Esports from the attacker side.
Yeah, and eventually attackers, we all saw them in the mid, and they knew that they had to hold it for a literally small time. They wanted to wait it out for that point where they can rotate back to B. They made sure they grabbed the attention of everybody from B to come to mid and eventually push it to B. Right now we can see that B being safeguarded by Killjoy. He was all at A till now, that eventually it depends on B at this point of time. The attackers, two players of attackers coming in. Is the Killjoy guarding B or A?
It's gonna be the Killjoy guarding B right now, and I think there comes the old drone giving away the location of Dark Nikolov trying to fall back. The Omen takes down it, and it's gonna be Razor who's gonna be taken down by Bullet, and they're gonna be push coming in from INQ. INQ just unaware of the number of players in front of him, and he has to come up with something special. Goes in with the tailwind, and he's still holding his location. Goes in for a kill. INQ gets down Trickster, and it's gonna be Lost who's taking down one of the players from Team Triple Q. It's up to the last three players. Bullet is tagged. It's just 21 HP remaining, and he has to come up with something special.
Nice.
INQ back-to-back kills with those Phantom. Bones has been taken down. It's up to the Raze and Soa from the defender side to pull it off right now. The Raze is kind of tagged. Soa is very much tagged. 21 HP remaining. INQ still holding his location. INQ knows that there's the Soa coming in from the right, and there he does not spot him.
Nice.
And there's Bullet can get taken down. It's right now the last player standing for Team Triple Q. It's gonna be the Raze, and there comes the paint shells.
Yeah, Paintshell's not connecting anything. BB1, it just has the Sheriff in his hand. So eventually he'll be trying to fall back and save it for the team. He's looking for a backstep coming up behind him. He's not going to be there. All the attackers' abilities are being used at this one point where they're going to stop him from rushing in. The plant comes up really late, and Lost comes in from behind at the right time and takes him down with the Phantom.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful backstab coming in, and I like the way that they planned it. And it's going to be Reckoning Esports with 10 points, making those late right now. We're going to go into the instant replay where we could see INQ making all those difference. 1 kill, 2 kills, 3 kills. He did back-to-back 3 kills, and he's leading right now with 25 kills. And at the second, at the opponent side, that's going to be Team Triple Q. It's going to be Bullet with 17 kills. You can look at the difference that that RGE, INQ, Reckoning Esports, INQ has made, and the remaining teammates staying back.
Yeah, Killjoy right now placing most of his, I think the Tart, everything is placed in such a way that they cannot come in from B. Owldrone coming in, it's going to be 2 players coming. This combination has always worked for them, The Tart has also been revealed. They tried to cover this opening on the long. It's eventually coming in from Raze. He used the plane shell to clear off long over there, and then eventually they try to push in. They use most of those abilities in the beginning itself so that they take over A, and eventually the attackers there comes a backstab coming in over there. It's going to be Draft coming in with a different kind of strategy. He's going to hold back really well. He's going to make sure that he's going to take attackers 1 player at a time. It's going to be BB1 who has the right kind of aim coming against Rio, but doesn't connect it at the right time. Draft Punk coming up to be the ace player for the team, as he has taken on at least 4 players till now. Draft coming up with a new face at this point of time. He knows where to keep that crosshairs. He knows that Rio has gone down as well. Rio has come up to just 11 HP. He's still got the Hunter's Fury. He's not going to waste it for now. It's going to be Bullet coming in from the other angle. The spike is still fallen at the center. They're going to make sure that they take the life of Rio when it actually is important. They're There comes the Recon, which is going to reveal his location exactly over there, and he's going to try to reveal the opponent's location as well. It's not going to help much, as he's going to use the darts, which is not going to connect as well. The shock bolt
Whoa.
doesn't connect, and eventually Bullet lays the final bullet against him, and he'll be really happy with that performance. Defenders come bouncing back really hard, and it's going to be 9 to 11 against defenders.
There's going to be an operator coming into play. Once again, it's going to be the INQ, and the way he lands the operator shots, just bouncing off heads. And I really like the way the heads he takes off the heads of the opponent players. And right now, he's just going to go in for that push. He's going to go in for an updraft and going to use his tail vent. Just going to push randomly into A. And I think there's going to be Sova who's going to come up with some. Sova has to come up with some Recon Bolt, but this time it's going to be Trickster who might go in for a backstab. He has his ultimate. Most of the players have the ultimate ready, or just 1 point remaining for the ultimate to be put to use.
Yeah, and eventually that's the right way to put the dark cover. They did not put it in the beginning itself, so eventually they made sure that the defenses are coming in. The attackers are right now being held off at this point of time. I can see an operator being used by INQ. All 5 players are coming in. A backstab can be expected from A, but nobody's coming for a backstab. It's going to be a revealer. It's going to be Raken Bolt. It's going to reveal how many enemies are just guarding at this point of time. We can see from long, somebody's holding the heaven over there. Oh, BB1 was holding the heaven over there. He comes up with the shot against Anaku. So eventually that comes up to show that right now attackers are being vulnerable.
Well, that's gonna be a Hunter's Fury, gonna be put into a good use right now, but I don't think it's dealing much of the damage that it is. It's gonna be a 4v4 fight happening right now, and there's gonna be BB1, the opponent race versus the race, and I think the opponent race, that's the race from the attacker side, still have the boombot ready and up to go. Let's see how it turns out for them. The Killjoy has been deployed. The Killjoy goes in for the lockdown, and it's gonna be from the defender's side, and the lockdown has been destroyed, and it's gonna be a second Hunter's Fury coming in. That's from the team Triple Q. That's gonna be that was gonna be from the Reckoning Esports, and there's gonna be a shock dart coming in, and the shock dart being put to use, and there's a that's a beautiful ult being used by the Raze, and it's gonna be the Shawstopper being put to beautiful use, and it's gonna be defenders winning this round, making sure that both the teams have equal number of points. That's gonna be 10 points overall.
Yeah, it's going to be a neck-to-neck fight, which is going to start off. Bullet slowly coming up. He's got 20 kills. Look at Draft. He's not falling behind. He's also coming up with 20 kills each. That comes up to show that there's some good, teamwork coming in from the defenders, right? So we saw them what they could do at attack, but right now Bullet is going to use the recon in the beginning itself. We can see that Omen from the defenders is not using his dark cover in the beginning itself. At the starting, we saw the strategy did not work for them when they started to use the dark cover in the beginning itself. As soon as the dark cover went off, they couldn't hold back the attackers, so eventually the attackers were able to come in and take those those attack points. But eventually right now Trickster is not using it in the beginning, right? We can see that Draft is also not using most of his abilities. He's not going to use his Devour also in the beginning itself. So let's see how it all is going to work out, as attackers are trying to come in from B, where Killjoy has put most of his abilities over there. I mean, defensive abilities over there.
Well, I am going to see the defenders holding somewhere near the mid, and most of them are at the mid right now. They have to go in somewhere, might go in for a different strategy. And as we talk about the player standings, it's still INQ making it to the top, and there's going to be God Bullet. God Bullet with 20 kills, I guess?
Yeah, God Bullet has got 20 kills.
Well,
I mean, QQQ Bullet has got 20 kills.
Yeah. So we are gonna watch out for the Triple Q Bullet. Actually, I was reading it wrong. It was Triple Q Bullet, not God Bullet, guys. So also we're gonna see some different strategies coming in. It's gonna be 5 seconds before the match starts, and let's say because no one wants to do echo this time, and just gonna go all in with those things. And that's a beautiful shock bolt coming in. That's a second. That's a recon bolt also coming in. The recon bolt has been destroyed, and that's going to be a second shock bolt coming in, and I think Raze has been tagged a bit.
No, I don't think he's going to be tagged, because he was actually away from the radius. He exactly knew that in case it lands over there, he's not going to be tagged much. Look at what's happening over here. Bones do realize that he's got a good backup behind him. All his alarm bots and everything is set over there. As soon as the alarm bot is set off, a good pick coming in from Bones. He saw that he's going to be vulnerable for Jet at that point of time, when he's going to use that updraft. Oh, no, no, no. He was using the cloudburst over there, and eventually he won't have the gun in his hand, and eventually that is when he came in and took those shots. But Lost, remember that Lost knew that Bones was over there, but Bones is using the Vandal at the right time, and eventually he's revealing, he's doing most of it. Raken comes in from Bullet. He's going to reveal most of the location. Everybody knows that nobody's coming in from the mid. Nano Swamp is also coming up at the center. Boombot coming in. The attackers are having a little bit of a higher advantage to push in at this point of time. Paint Shell comes in at the right time, but nobody is going to be affected by that.
Well, it's going to be the Raze going in for that ultimate aim. He's just making sure that the ultimate is
Ah.
ready. He's going to use the blast pack, but gets backstabbed, and it's going to be Razor coming in for the backstab. Let's move out. It's going to be Rio and Razor, the last three players. There's a Killjoy from them. It's a 3v3 situation. The spike has been planted right now, and I think spike has been planted at A side. Yes, it's going to be the A side that's being contested right now, and the Killjoy is being put to good use. It's going to be BRZ still holding his location. The Omen does not know there's a backstab coming in. Is he aware of the backstab?
No, no, I don't think they're aware of Razor coming in from behind them. Razor is being really sneaky at this point of time. He's coming in slowly, and I know that he can do most of the damage because they're not expecting it. He sees Omen over there, he takes down Omen, and eventually he's going to depend on the plane shells to come in. Plane shell put in not at the right spot. He knew that that is one place where an enemy can hide. He's used it in a really good spot. Draft on the other end is relying on an attack coming in from front, but eventually Razor from behind comes in and connects that final shot.
Well, I like the way that Razor went in for the backstab. This is what I've been saying about. You have to watch out your back, even though you are aware of the situation in front of your friend, in front of you. And that's the first kill coming in. Bones just made sure that IronQ had been taken down. IronQ, when he tried to go in for that cloud smoke,
Oh, that was a good one.
That
was a really good one coming in from Razor. Used the paint shell. He knew that he has to put that one. He has to use the showstopper to that corner, and eventually uses it to take down Raze of the opposite team. So eventually BB1 is lagging behind with just 9 kills. Lost is giving, Lost is only able to give a good kind of backup, but not able to go in for the attack. On the other end, Boombot and Brain Shells coming in early from Raze. That comes up to show is a little bit vulnerable without any kind of abilities. AnaQ comes in with one knock and with one kill directly against the Killjoy. So that comes up to say that the attackers are having a higher ground, but eventually Lost is going to take down Draft Punk as well. Only 2 players left right now. Omen is using the dark cover at this point of time. It's going to be a drone. Sova putting up his owl drone. He makes sure that nobody is over there. So they're all going to push in. Bullet is trying to do the damage over here. He puts up the Raken bolt. He's going to reveal much of the location. Was it a...
yes,
yeah.
Gonna be
He's trying to reveal location, but was not able to do so. But attackers have already gone in, right? So they'll be easily able to plant it up and take down the enemy.
The spike has been planted right now. It's up to the Omen to do the difference for Team Triple Q. And Triple Q gets taken down. That's going to be IronQ with that beautiful operator coming into use. And that's a kill. And it's going to be a win for the attacker side. And it's going to be the match point for attackers. Let's see if they're going to be able to turn it down with Reckoning Esports with a beautiful lead of 2 points over Team Triple Q. And it's going to be the man IronQ with 30 kills and a beautiful economy for Team Reckoning Esports. As also, that's going to be the Triple Q Bullet with 21 kills from Team Triple Q, just making sure that he stays on the top of the board also for his team.
Yeah, and eventually I can see that 2 people have their ult. Like Hunter's Fury is also there, and so that Jet has the Blade Storm. So let's see whether they'll come and use Blade Storm right now. Oh, he did a lot of damage over there using that operator. Old drone coming in. He wants to reveal location. So does the Boombot. Paint Shell going in long, making sure that nobody is there as well. Attackers are all pushing in against A. There's going to be the operator. He's trying to see that right spot over there. Was it the operator or the Vandal which was there in the hands of
IronQ.
Are you sure?
Was it IronQ?
No, it was the Raze who was holding it.
Well, I'm not sure. It might have been a Vandal, but let's see right now because the location of Sova, that's gonna be Rio, has been revealed right now, and Bones is making sure to just get that opening for his team. Right, tries to land some shots, misses it, and he just gets tagged 8. He's down to 92 HP, and he's just gonna hold his location. Meanwhile, I think the attackers are gonna go in for an A push right now. Lost gonna try to use his ultimatum and teleport himself to A side. Maybe,
no.
might not.
No. He's not got the ult over there, right? So I think he was trying to go in for that shrouded step inside this, inside A, and go for it. On the other end, Draft Punk with that Vandal. I really want to see how much damage he can do. As all the players have already gone in, Draft Punk is going to use that Devour, but eventually gets detected by Razor. Will be taking it out. There's Omen coming in. The headshot connects over there as well. It's going to be Razor dominating at this point of time.
Whoa!
RRQ comes up. I mean, AnaQ comes up with another one. He's going to guard off that one long where everybody are trying to push in. It's going to be BBQ coming in from the heaven. He's not going to be successful at this point of time. He's got both the players are coming in from heaven. Losh goes in for the paranoia. I don't know whether they're going in for the paranoia. Hunter's Fear being used over there by the attackers. But eventually, look at the kind of comeback being used over here. It's going to be the last player standing. He'll be detected. He'll be taken down. All thanks to the two attacks coming in. It's going to be Razor using the Vandal as well as the Bolt which came in over there and struck at the right time, decreasing most of his health. So Accent being dominated over there. What do you have to say on the final
Well, the
battle?
man, you know the man who I have to talk about, INQ, the man with 31 kills that we see right now, and he did not have any diffusers for him, but 31 kills, and seriously, just making all the differences with the operator, just making sure that headshots on headshots just get connected back to back.
Yeah, and you know, one other thing which I loved in that match, it was Raze who was playing most of it, right?
Yes.
He came with the right kind of batter. That was Razor coming with the right kind of backstab, and eventually he made sure he was so silent that he knew that he had all the time to come in from behind and go for a backstab, and he did the right kind of backstab. And a Q with that operator. In the first match, he couldn't do it.
Yeah,
You know,
in
he
the
couldn't
first
connect
first
that
match
shot.
when he took the operator, he was just shot down. He missed the shot actually.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh my god, this man made a comeback with the beautiful operator in his hand. And if I'm gonna face him off, I'm seriously not. I'm just gonna abandon the match and just surrender to him.
Yeah, and then eventually the kind of comeback he had. When you're taking the operator, your eco is going to go down really hard.
Really hard.
Yeah, but eventually surviving till the end is what was important for them. And when he was surviving at the end, he was the solo player standing. He also performed at that point as well. So I think Anakyo has made sure that he's one of the best sniper when it comes to this game of Valorant in this specific tournament
Well,
so
when
far.
when we talk about Team Triple Q, there was Bullet also. He did try to make his best. He did 21 kills. It's not a small deal because 30 kills and 21 kills does not make a match difference. But when it comes to the winning, it's gonna be Reckoning Esports taking that win. And this was the map that was picked by Team Triple Q. Ascent was actually taken on by Team Ascent was taken on by Triple Q. But let's see how it turns out for them.
Yeah, and eventually Reckoning Esports wins this, and the MVP is obviously going to be Anakyo, who's got 31 kills. He's gone down only 14 times, and he's got assist has been only 2. That's not going to matter much. But look at the average combat score is coming up at an
344.
average of 344. That is minimum. At least he's taking one player in each match, right? So I think he's done a great job when it comes to that.
Well, I seriously like the way. See, I also want to see the other players how they turned out because I seriously want to know how Bullet played because Bullet was the one carrying his team, but
Yeah.
INQ on the other hand, 31 kills, so that's gonna put up like if we go with 13, somewhere if we go, he had at least 3 kills per match somewhere. But there were matches where he could not execute any kills, and when he did not have the operator, but when he used that ultimate of Jet. He made sure that he had those kills.
Yeah.
He went on for 4 consecutive kills. And one moment I was like, he could have taken that ace. We
Yeah.
haven't seen any ace yet, but we are hoping that in the next 2 remaining matches, we're going to see some ace.
Yeah, and on the other end, we were speaking about Bullet. Bullet started to perform in the mid game, and eventually was subdued. And they made sure that that one performing player, if he gets taken down, it was easy for them. There was one round where AnaQ got taken down early on,
Early.
and eventually they were able to get. They were dominated in that one match.
Well, that
So,
was, I guess, in the market where
Yeah.
he was
Killjoy.
Bullet was holding.
Yeah.
Bullet was holding and made sure that operator he could not execute the operator shot.
So I think we're going for a break for now, and we'll be right back anytime soon. Please don't go anywhere, and please do subscribe.
Check your body.
You can sleep when I do. Let's not sleep together. You can sleep when I do. Let's not sleep together.
Check your body.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Squad India Invitational. This is the first day of Squad, and I'm really happy by the way it's going on right now. What two great matches we saw! One fight was neck to neck. One fight was kind of mere domination. We do realize that it's a little tough when it comes to that one point of performing, but there were players in the previous game we saw, right? It
Yes.
was Anaki who came up with the operator. We know how valuable an operator can be in a
Yes.
match. So when we saw that operator being used at the right time in the right spot, and he also used his ult so well where he got that 4 kills which was required for
Yes,
the team.
exactly.
So when I see such kind of action happening on the first day itself, that comes up to say
That
that the tournament is going to come up in a big outburst.
and the remaining days will have a lot of actions coming in
Yeah.
because we gonna have the semi-finals tomorrow and the finals in the day after following day. So it's gonna be very much something out of the blue when it comes to White Shadows taking that domination in the first match and Team Reckoning Esports finishing off like they finished off very beautifully. It was a close neck to neck match as you told,
Yeah.
and just making sure that Reckoning Esports they also they made sure that they had a lead of 3 points. Now it's gonna be the time for match number 4, and it's gonna be Rebellious Gaming, and they're gonna have Psychowski, Strosky, Jiren, Godspeed XD, and it's gonna be Ritos, and I'm gonna see some
Sykes, Trocky,
I think they have all.
Javine.
I think they have all the 4 things that they are gonna have duelists, controllers, and they're gonna be fighting off against.
They'll be fighting off against Purpose Esports, who will be coming up. It's going to be PE Esports Junior. It's JR.
Purpose Esports Junior.
Yeah, and they're going to have Emox, Iota, They have Levy, they have 69G, they have Shea.
Shehzad.
Yeah, Shehzad.
Shehzad.
I'm going to call him Shea because it's really good to pronounce as Shea.
Yeah, Shehzad. Like, I really like his name, but now the map has been picked off by Rebellious Gaming, and it's gonna be Ascent. It's gonna be the same map that we saw in the last match, and it's gonna start very much soon, and it's gonna be Rebellious Gaming versus Purpose Esports Junior. So what do I have to say? Do you have any say, like which guns we might be seeing in action
Yeah,
this time, or
obviously it's going to be Vandal and Phantom, which is being used till now, and it's important for you to execute those shots. But if you have a very good sniper on your team, I would obviously say go for the operator. For that, you need to have a very good eco. To have a very good eco, you need to win really good number of games. So eventually, all that keeps happening. Let's see how it's all going to be. As it's going to be defenders versus the attackers. Who's going to be defending at this point of time?
I think it's gonna be defenders, as we talk about. It's gonna be Psychowski, so it's gonna be PE Junior. That's gonna be attackers. So it's gonna be the defend. Let's see how it turns out eventually. But right now we have Shehzad taking on Jet. That's gonna be 69G with the Raze. It's gonna be Levy with Omen, and that's gonna be Amox. That's
Yeah,
gonna be Amox from Team PE. Yes, that's gonna be Amox with Killjoy and Iota with Sova. And at the I still haven't seen Sage in action for either of the teams.
Yeah, because Sage is not being used by both of them, right? Both of them are depending to play a little more aggressive. So when you have an ability of Sage not being used, it's going to be a bit tough for them. So let's see how it all turns out. For now, let's look at Ascent map. So it's going to be only two places of
Two sites, just two sites to go in for.
Just two sites to plant. So let's see how it all turns out over there.
Well, right now I think it's gonna be very easy for the defending part to hold on. And as we talk about the defenders, we're gonna have Writers with I think that's Rightos. How do you spell it? How do I spell it? Okay, it's gonna be Jiren with Jet. It's gonna be Jiren with Jet, and let's see how it's gonna go with Rebellious and Purpose Esports. Strosky has a Cypher, and Godspeed goes in with an Omen. So Psychowski with a Sova, and that name Psychowski Sova, and I think he's just gonna go in with that Russian accent, like here comes the hunter, and let's see how it turns out for them. But right now, Strosky going in for that plant with the spy cams already out in the action, and just at the locations that he needs right now.
Yeah, right now he's going to make sure that A is completely defended. In case the trap wire goes out, he's just going to look at the cam and see how many attackers are already inside. On the B, we can see that Sova and Jet are going to hold it off with Omen. And if Omen is over there, we can see some dark cover and paranoia coming in for Jet to go in and take against them. It's going to be a Jet versus Jet fight, as the locations have already been revealed. This is going to be a mid-hold.
No, I think they're going to go for it.
Oh, look at the peak shots taking in from Jiren. He puts up a cloud burst for his defense at this point of time. How long is he going to hold it, as everybody going to push to B? But they know that they have to come back again. I think so they're going to go from mid to B or just go to B anytime soon. But if they change over to A, there's going to be Cypher waiting for them.
Well, it's going to be mid link, mid courtyard, mid bottom, and from there going for mid market to B side. But I think with the doors closed down, they might go in for a different flank, and it's going to be Purpose Esports Junior still holding the attacking position, and Jiren wants to go all in right now, but I think the Jet from the opponent has decided to fall back a bit, and I think Godspeed is at a very low HP. He might have to come on with something different. The first skill hasn't come out yet, and it's going to be Strosky getting tagged right now. Strosky with the Sova, gonna go, so Strosky with the Cypher actually trying to go in for that push onto the opponent. Race, he's still alive right now, goes in for a headshot. That's gonna be Rightos. Jiren gets taken down by Levy, and it's just up to the last player. That's gonna be Owen at a very low HP, and that's gonna be a win coming in from the defender's side. It's gonna be Rebellious Gaming with the first point.
I mean, I just love the way the defenders held on over there. They knew they knew that the defense at B is so strong with the gunpowder that nobody is going to push in against them. So after they pushed them towards after they pushed them towards A, eventually they were able to take them out at A.
Well, right now, as we're going to look up to the standings of the first match, it's going to be Rightos with 3 kills. That's going to be the man with the action, and he's going to go in a Spectre. I think there's going to be a lot of Spectres in use, and there's a Frenzy also in use from the defender's side. From the defender side and the attacker side, we are going to have the Sova coming in with the Recon Bolt. Ooh. And I think the location is going to be revealed. Meanwhile, Shehzad gets taken down. That's an initial kill coming in from them. And there's going to be the Bolt coming in. That's going to be the...
The poles are already coming in. It's going to be important for the shock poles to do some kind of damage because the attackers are all pushing in over here. Jirin looks really strong with the Spectre. He took the first kill for the team. The Owl Drone is also coming out. Raze is trying to come out. He tries to jump in, eventually gets taken down. There's going to be a complete finishing coming against them. Jirin did not see that one player had already pushed in. Eventually it's going to be Killjoy, the last player standing. Omen is trying to taunt him. Eventually gets taken down, all thanks to the Spectre, which was fallen over there, and eventually Raze was able to do it. So defenders taking the second consecutive time. Good to see it all happening over
The Rage
here.
came in for the backstab, and I think the Killjoy was unaware of that and gets taken down eventually. It's going to be Godspeed XD who's going to hold the location onto B, and I think it's a back-to-back B push. I want to see a A push this time, but I think the attackers who wants to purpose esports junior still going to go in for that B push this time. So let's see how it turns out for them, because it's going to be the KJ who's been carrying the who's going to be the carrying the spike for purpose esports this time.
Yeah, and let's see, Godspeed doing the right thing. He knows exactly when to put up the dark cover and give the right kind of backup. Jirin knows it as well. An Owl Drone coming in. Oh, lovely way of getting that Owl Drone. We have always seen Owl Drone coming from the top, but this time it comes up from the bottom, giving the right kind of backup. Killjoy trying to come in front. Could it be the mistake what Killjoy is doing? He needs to hold it back, but there it is. The spike went and dropped off. They're going to call in for the backup. Eventually the spike has been retrieved. Level comes up against Jirin. It's going to be Godspeed. He's coming up with some kind of knocks using the Spectre, but for the first time we can see that the attackers have made it inside that B, inside a place where they can plant the bomb.
It's up to the last two players standing right now. It's going to be Sova and Jet from Pusher Esports Junior, and this Jet gets a kill onto Reuters. That's going to be the Jet going down right now. That's going to be Sova Saikovsky. I really like the name, and it's just a 1v2 situation right now. A Sova was a Sova and a Cypher. So let's see how the Cypher turns out. Saikovsky going to go in with a Recon Bolt, going to go in with Shock Bolt also. Tries spots off the last player standing and does take down it. And will they be able to go in for the spike?
Yeah, we have to see the spike. It's going to be a neck-to-neck fight which is happening over here, and eventually they'll be able to do it peacefully as the defenders have taken the third spot. Over there we saw that both the Rake and Bolt was used at the right time. It was eventually the defenders who had an higher advantage of the man number, advantage of the mans, because there were more than two people standing for themselves. Eventually this is what happened over here. The Jet, at the corner of that place, he was able to take on the headshot and eventually connecting and getting those players down. It's going to be Ray with 4 kills already coming in, Godspeed coming up with 4 kills, Zerin with 3 kills. That comes up to say the whole team is performing when it comes to defenders. That comes up to say that the attackers are not, it's not like they're not performing at this point of time, it's just that they're not able to connect the right kind of shot.
There's going to be an operator coming in to use this time. It's going to be Jiren using the operator. I think I have seen a lot of Jets using the operator this time, and I really like the way it's going to turn out. And it's going to be Godspeed going in for that second consecutive kill. It's going to be levitating it down. It's going to be Purpose Esports losing 2 of the players. I think they might have to go in for a different angle this time. They are going for a consecutive push onto B angle, and that might be wrong for them. And it's going to be Pusher Esports. Amox going in for a mid push and gets spotted off, gets stacked a bit. 63 HP remaining, and it's going to be Amox still going to wait it out. And 69G gets taken down. It's up to the last 2 players. Last player standing. It's going to be Jiren coming in with the ultimate right now. Going to push anytime now.
Yeah, and it's going to be easy for him as most of the players are still alive, as the last shot will be connected, all thanks to C, who's going to be getting that final kill.
Defender is getting on 4 consecutive wins. It's going to make it difficult for Pusher Esports. They might have to make a comeback. They have to go in for an A push. Come on, guys, do it. Just go in for an A push. Just make it something different. And yes, I think they heard me. They are just pushing in towards A. Let's see if they're going to go for an A mid, or I think they're going to go in from the A lobby. And the mid is going to... I want to see who's going to contest for mid top, mid courtyard, and mid catwalk. Meanwhile, A lobby, A main, and A side is somewhere you have to watch out for. Rafters are going to be camped by the defender side this time.
Yeah, Strocky is going out for the spy camp somewhere behind him. In case he gets taken on, he can reveal most of the location. They have already predicted that the push is going to come over here. Old Road coming in. Race puts the right kind of nade. He'll be damaging at least 1 or 2. He'll be going off as well. They do not realize that there's a person behind. It doesn't do 1 damage, but takes 2 down. Stocky coming up. Strocky coming up with 2 kills. I'm so sorry. And eventually, Jiren will be able to register 1 more kill. It's going to be a 2v3 situation happening over here. No, it's all against the attackers, which is happening. The last player, Race, trying to get that 1 headshot if there is a peek coming in from Jiren, but the peek is going against him. There's a shot connecting from Jiren. Not the right thing to do against an operator, and will be clearing it out. It's the defenders showing mere domination with 5 points against Them.
Purpose Esports. Let's see Purpose Esports if they're gonna make a comeback. This is what the instant replay is coming in. Strosky going in for consecutive kills, and then Jiren with the beautiful operator shots, and that's the last shot that we saw. That's against the race from Pusher Esports, and that's something we have to look out for. He's gonna Purpose Esports, sorry, and it's gonna be something we have to look out for because headshots is something. Operator kills are something we have been looking out for.
Yeah, eventually it's gonna be ski. The attackers are not able to do anything right now, but eventually the recon ball comes in, not revealing any location. We can see the Jet is already used as ult from the attackers, so we can four players have their ults at this point of time. Shehzad has got the ult coming in against the attackers. Let's see how well he's going to execute. I mean, against the defenders, we can see that he also got the spike. He's going to use most of his abilities right now. Cloud Burst, he's going to use everything. Tailwind, Cloud Burst, everything, and make it inside updraft. We can see Omen is going to go up. Amit gets taken down. Oh, two beautiful shots coming in, and he's going to immediately use his ult. He's going to use that neural theft, going to reveal all the locations of the attackers at this point of time. He's going to rotate as well. The spike has been pushed to Jet at this point of time. I don't know why Jet is not able to connect some shots. Probably is not able to see anybody over there. Iota on the other end trying to take a rotation towards A.
Meanwhile, as you talk about
Godspeed.
Shehzad might go in for, yeah, he's gonna go in for A. As you said, the Cypher is still standing, and I want to see what Cypher gonna do. And yes, Strosky gets that skill onto 69G. It's up to the last two players. That's gonna be the Sova and Jet. Sova and Jet has to do the difference, and they're gonna go in for that kill.
Nice
Jiren
shot.
gets the kill onto Sova, and it's the ultimatum coming into action from Shehzad. Shehzad still have to pull off a 1v3 or have to go in for that plant at this moment.
Yeah, and he knows exactly where the enemies are. Right now he comes up, but Stocky is too quick against the Blade Storm, and eventually when they poke the bear, you get it taken down.
Well, it was at A Garden where the all happened, like A Garden and A Tree. This was a place you have to look out for, and his entire concentration was onto A Tree, and the guy coming A Garden, and the guy coming from A Tree was the one he did not spot off. And we are gonna go back to the replays where Strokey was the guy who just got back-to-back kills for his team, and the Jet with the ultimate, he just tried to get some kills, but Strokey just made sure that he did not allow the Jet to go in for that killing spree.
Yeah, and eventually Strokey's got 7 kills on his hand. It's going to be Jerin also with 7 kills. Godspeed with 6 kills. Defenders are really happy about their performance at this point in time. We can see that they're getting revealed at the beginning itself, due to which they're not able to perform. On the other end, Jerin still has got the sniper. He heard that one. He heard that updraft and eventually went in for the shot, was not able to connect. Jerin trying to push in a little forward, trying to reveal most of the location. He's taking the frenzy at this point of time. Takes down Shehzad. Everybody knew that Shehzad had to do something over there. Hunter's Fury coming into play as well. Jerin comes up with another operator shot. We know that we knew that Jerin also knew that one location over there, because the Hunter's Fury had revealed most of the locations.
Well, it's going to be the last player standing for Pusher Esports Junior. That's going to be Omen. Omen is going to use his ultimatum and is going to transport himself somewhere towards... where is he going to transport himself? Where is he going to... Oh,
I think he went
that's a beautiful place.
Yeah, he went right inside A. Right now he's put up his dark cover over there. He's going to make sure that he has that right spot. Let's see. One player at B, and this Omen over here, he's just trying to bait the other player, thinking that the player is still alive, but doesn't realize where he is. The attackers are trying to push in. The attackers are going in at A. Are they pushing in at A again?
Yeah, I think it's much more like what do you call it? Knowledgeable. It's much more safer to go into A because B is being currently camped off by the defenders. So I think he's gonna Purpose Esports Junior, last player standing, is gonna go in for that A plant, and yes, he's gonna go in for the plant. The doors have been closed. The plant is here. Let's see if he's able to pull this 1v2. There comes the cover. The Dark Shadow cover comes in, and there's gonna be a push coming from Rightos from A. That's gonna be A Rafters. He has to look out seriously for A Rafters. Meanwhile, Godspeed XD also comes in from the back. He's gonna give the cover that he needs right now.
Yeah, and look at the corner, which is holding a small peak and do a lot of here. Let's see what he's going to do, but eventually gets detected. He's trying to use the power at the nth moment, which is not able to do so. The paranoia did not go towards his favor. Eventually went into the favor of Raze, where he'll be clearing him out again. And that's going to be the 7th consecutive point taken by the defenders.
Well, Rebellious Esports making it count every match, 7 consecutive wins. And when the side changes, I want to see if PE Junior can make a comeback.
Yeah, and juniors, I don't think so they'll be able to, they're not going to have any problem when it comes to this game. The way they're performing right now, they'll be really I don't know. Like, I'm just right now getting stuck because of all that wow factor which is happening over here, all thanks to Jerin. Let's look at the eco for now. We can see that Jerin is still relying on that operator. He is really happy about it. He's got enough kind of money to take those things. All round coming up. All round will not be able to reveal any location. And Godspeed comes up with the right kind of cover using the dark cover.
Well, the dark cover always comes in for the favor when it comes to Rebellious Gaming.
Oh.
But right now, they want to go in for that push. The Pain Shells does a lot of damage, but Jiren is still going to stay adapt and still making sure that some of the operator shots might get connected. It's going to be Rightos getting taken down, and it's going to will Purpose Esports make a comeback this time. It's going to be Jiren who's getting tagged off. Jiren has 30 HP down, and he has still 70 HP remaining, and there's going to be a spotting coming in, and that's going to be Strokey being taken down. It's come to a 3v3 fight right now. Jiren trying to move on towards A, and I think the remaining players from the attacker sides are going to push in towards B.
Yeah, and they're trying to make sure that they cover A. And we can see that Jiren is still holding mid. So exactly when somebody needs a cover, he's going to come back. Or when somebody needs someone, he's going to come back eventually. Iota on the other end with 6 HP holding the spike. I don't know how well that's going to turn out for them. Jiren is in the mid as well. Not the right kind of person to face off with. Right now, he might be walking to his own death. Let's see how it's going to happen as Jiren is holding that one beautiful angle against him. As it's going to be Iota versus Jiren. It's going to happen anytime soon.
Well, Godspeed taking down Anox. It's up to the last player. That's going to be taking down, and that's going to be Iota at 6 HP getting taken down by Godspeed, who just made sure that he had the Godspeed that he required, but he getting tagged off 32 HP, but still standing. It's going to be a very close fight happening. They have to make a comeback. Purpose Esports have to come up with something special to make this comeback.
Yeah, Rebellious are being too rebellious right now. And in case they're not going to be stopped, I think while defending, while attacking, they can be even more rebellious.
Yes, because while defending right now, because they are spread out, while attacking, they will be obviously together, and that will give them an advantage of the 5 players together going in. And Jiren, I think I'm gonna like the way that Jiren snipes with our operator right now.
Oh, look at that revelation which came up over there, and eventually Jiren will go in for his ult over there. So that comes up. The Blaze Storm is also coming up, but he'll be getting taken down. This could be the first point for the attackers. By the way, they're gonna go in. Killjoy has the plant. He's trying to rush in, but will be getting taken down by Godspeed. There's an ultimate also coming in. It's gonna be the showstopper. I don't know who's gonna land those showstopper. Eventually, Strokey is coming in from behind. He'll be able to connect some shots. It's a 1v1 situation happening over here. It's going to be Strokey versus Sova. The health is favoring Strokey. Sova at this point of time is Iota who's going to come in, but Strokey connects the headshot, and eventually he'll be really happy with that performance. It was a 20 HP fight which he took over there. He eventually knew that the peak might come over there, and eventually he connected that shot, and he got the point for the team.
With Sova trying to use the all drone at the very wrong time, just exposing himself out in the open, gave the opening for Cypher to just go in, and that's where he just made sure of the opening. And this is going to be the replay that we have been quite watching out for. That Jiren taken down, the showstopper coming into play, and that was going to be Rightos taking down 69G, but instead he also got taken down. And it was at this last moment where we could see that the Sova couldn't perform it. He could have done it with the HP he had remaining. Jiren starts off again with those operator shots. It's going to be Omen who's going to be the second
nice.
one going down, and it's going to be a third kill coming in with the operator shot. That's going to be Levy. No, Levy has been taken down. That was the Omen. The KJ is still alive, and he's been tagged a bit. He has to fall back. Jiren decides to fall back. 24 HP remaining. So let's see how it turns out for him this match.
That was a very good opening given by Jiren. He's been performing really well consecutively for the team. Right now, Killjoy, after being tagged, I think Killjoy was tagged to an extent, right? No. Killjoy is fully up. It's going to be Raze versus Sage, Raze versus Killjoy, and eventually the spike is over here. He's going to put up a paint shed to make sure that nobody's going to pick it up. He's going to come a little more closer. He's going to guard it from up close, but look at what is coming against him. It's going to be the shock bolts coming against him. It's Jets coming to pick it up, and eventually gets taken down. All thanks to Ski on the other end, who also did the damage for the team. It's going to be the 10th point coming in for Rebellious, and they're being too notorious at this point of time.
Well, 3 points for the match point, two more rounds remaining for the match point if Rebellious Esports wins it consecutively. And let's say, please, Purpose Junior, just make a comeback this time. They have the attacking side this time, but let's see how it turns out for them. This was what I was talking about. Jiren is the man who does not hold back once he gets the operator. He just goes all in, make sure he gets all those kills. And the last kill from Rightos, he just went on holding this location. He knew someone was going to come for the spike, and it was the Jet. from Purpose Esports.
Yeah, and I did like one thing about Rezo. Immediately he took down an enemy, he saw the spike fall, he immediately put the paint shell to guard it out. So that was a good thing to do. On the other end, we can see that Godspeed has revealed one location. Godspeed knew that there was a player going in, but eventually gets taken down because again, he was depending on the paranoia. On the other end, there is no opening given because it's been blocked all by the dark cover of the enemies. Let's see whether he'll be able to do it. Jiran is trying to look out for another opening where he can do those kills. For the first time, we can see that the attackers and the defenders, both of them have the same kind of thing. And look at what the Boombot has done. It has taken down Sova at this point of time. And Omen is trying to come in. Omen puts... Omen again gets punched in the back. It was the paranoia which he depended on. And eventually the paranoia did not work on his favor. On the other end, we can see that Jiren is looking out for that last one player. And he puts up with a very good dart coming in, shock dart, but doesn't affect much. It's the Boombot which is coming in now. That could be the beginning of the end for Iota. And eventually was distracted by both of it and gets taken down because of Jiren.
Rebellious Gaming just going all in with 11-point lead, like 11 points, seriously guys, and it's a beautiful gameplay coming in from Jiren, the man. I want to see the instant replay. Yes, this is where it all started, when Godspeed just knew that the location of the player just behind, and the boom botting down the guy just in front of him. And right now, as we look into the standings, we have Jiren with 16 kills and we have Iota with 8 kills. And I think the economy looks very poor onto Purpose Esports Junior, and they'll have to go in for some economy in the next game.
Yeah, this is the last round as well, so it's going to be really tough for them to come back at this point of time. They're relying on guns which they cannot. Look at what happens over there. A beautiful grenade comes in. He's going to push them back. Jiren comes up with another kill for the team. So that comes up to say that Jiren is doing most of the work. Right now his location was revealed and Shehzad does the right thing to take him out. With the head cut off, let's see whether the attackers will be able to do something over here. And we can see that there's some cover coming up from Omen as well. But Old Round also being revealed at this point of time. Shehzad gets to know that he's got that ult. He's going to put it to best use. If he comes up with the right kind of opening, it's going to be very easy for them. It's just 3 players standing. They have to regroup. They can't stay away from one another. We can see that Raze is going to go back and get that spike which is left off far away. Jet is trying to push in from behind at A. Let's see whether that is going to work out, as Raitos is going to hold him out.
Whoa!
Very good shot by Shehzad. That is Raitos going off. That's an opening given to them, but by A. Let's see whether they'll be able to dominate this. As the cage gets opened off, it's going to be Sova coming in. Stocky also comes in. Shehzad getting out of the equation. Only 2 players left for attacking. Boobot coming in. Let's see whether it'll work out.
Well, it's going to be the Raze, the last player standing for
nice.
Purpose Esports Junior. Strosky has been taken down and he's going to go in for that plant. Will be able to go in for the plant because the rest 2 players, the remaining 2 players from Rebellious Gaming are kind of far from them. And there comes the planting, and yes, no, he couldn't plant it. It's going to be the match point coming in for Rebellious Esports. It's going to be very close fight happening between Purpose Esports. Will Purpose Esports come out with something out of the pocket? Maybe something like we have never seen before. Maybe can they do something now? It's very close call right now.
Yeah, I can understand the kind of momentum which is built right now. We are not able to speak. The kind of intensity being showed right now. But let's see how it's all going to turn out, as Purpose Esports are struggling to even stand on their foot. And look at that. Iota being one of the highest fraggers, he's just got 8 kills. And Ski being one of the lowest fraggers of Rebellious Gaming is having 9 kills. That comes up to say that the shots were not being connected at the right time. And the kind of backup, the kind of combination of all those things were happening. So right now, let's get back into it, as it's going to be attackers for the first time. It's going to be Purpose holding it off. They just need one more point to make it inside. So eventually, it's important for them to take it. And they all are planning to push A through mid and long. I mean, through mid and directly through A.
Well, let's see how Purpose Esports might hold it for the first time, going for the defender's side. And there comes the Recon Bolt giving away the locations of Raze and Jet, both having you up. There's a Boombot coming in from Raitos. Raitos gonna go in for the Boombot. The Boombot goes in at the location. It did not, like Raitos did not plant it to go down. And it's gonna be Iota going in for that old round going in. And it's still just not a single kill coming in. The kill is gonna come in anytime. All the players have been tagged a bit. The Jet is at a very low HP right now. They have to come in with something after the box. And there comes the Cypher. Cypher spots him. Stoke gets 2 consecutive kills. Will he be able to go in for an ace? Goes in for the 3rd kill, but gets taken down eventually by Levy. Levy is gonna pull something off, and it's the Jet from Rebellious Esports who's been tagged a lot. And both the Jets from both the teams are tagged at a very low HP. They might have to go in for that push, and I think Rebellious Gaming is gonna go in for the plant at B site right now.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a clean sweep. Looking at what is happening over here, Rebellious is going up. He's going to take an offensive mode rather than being a little more defensive. And look at what Rightos is doing. He's trying to take those kills. Everybody attacked this point of time, and Godspeed is also able to connect some more shots. There's going to be a last man standing. I don't know how well it's going to be. Levy is trying to use the paranoia, but he's leaving his location, and eventually he'll be getting taken down. And attackers have won this without, I mean, there is no sweat taken by them as well. When you have two players like Jereen, when you have a player like who connected the last shots with the Ghost.
Saikowski.
No,
No.
Saikowski.
I think that was Saikowski.
No, not Saikowski.
From the opponent side, Sova.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Saikowski. That's why I really like the name. Russian names and Russian players. That's what comes at. And it's
Yeah.
going to be a win for Rebellious Gaming. A beautiful win with a 13-0 and like a really dominating gameplay here by Rebellious Gaming. And it's going to be the map that was picked up by them. They knew each and every corners, where to push in from, where to hold, and where not to go.
Yeah, and I just love the way they were able to execute it. I like the combination. I like the way they use the combination of agents. You know, they knew that they can depend on Jet at mid and get that knocks from Jereen. And eventually, when it comes to B, they knew that the Jet can use her
The ultimate.
No, not the ultimate. It comes up to say that she can use that Blade Storm ability as well as Tailwind.
Tailwind, yeah.
From mid to B, she can just shift within a second with that operator. And if she's able to connect shots like it, it's going to be easy. And the MVP, obviously, is going to be
Gonna be
Jereen. Look at the average damage. It's even more better than the previous game, right? He's got 384 average damage. That comes up to here. At least 2 people she used to take in each and every game. Jereen and 17 kills with only 7 times he's been dead.
Well, I would literally love to see Jiren fighting off INQ because both of these players have been literally playing beautifully with his operators. We'll be seeing that matches for tomorrow. Guys, if you're new to the stream, do not forget to hit that subscribe button because you will stay updated and you will get all the notifications and all the stream notifications. And do not forget to cheer up for your team, guys. It's much more important that you cheer up. And we are about to enter into the last match for today, and it's the match we all have been waiting for, guys.
Yeah, and it's I want to say one thing. We thought that when the tournament started off, we thought that the game will go a little smooth so that you and me can chill and cast over here. Eventually, the way it all started off, I started to fumble, you started to fumble. At one point of time, I really threatened myself on the very seat I'm sitting right now. And then eventually, I was like, okay, let's see, let's try to bring up that momentum. Eventually, we were able to catch up to it, and what a domination coming in from Rebellious. So that one name is already registered inside the minds of the audience. That is for sure. They'll be looking at how they're going to be performing. This one last team which is going to be playing, the last of these 2 teams will be facing them off in the
finals.
In
The semi-finals actually.
That is tomorrow. But since it's an eliminator which is happening today, the first 2 matches, I just want to speak about first 2 matches for those people who have just come in.
Well, if we talk about the first 2 matches, we had a beautiful opening, a beautiful domination coming in. That was going to be team ABCDE versus White Shadow. White Shadow made a beautiful domination, and in the second match, the way INQ sniped, God, it was a back-to-back snipe coming in from. They were facing off Team Triple Q, I guess. Team Triple Q had eventually lost, and it was a very close fight.
It came up to 10-10, and then eventually they were able to overpower the team. The first match also, we saw that the attackers almost had 8 to 9 points in the beginning itself, due to which they were able to register. That's a White Shadow having to do that. On the other hand, we'll be looking at the Innocent Fight, the new team which is coming up. They're gonna have 2 duelists. It's going to be Binks and Streaks coming up with Edith. It's going to be Not Fox, and it's going to be Easy, who's also coming up as well. So that comes up to say that they have all 4.
Yeah, I think they have all 4, but I really want to try to pronounce his name, Easy XD. But that's a very long name, and facing them, it's going to be Rad Syndicate, it's going to be Rad Paradox, Rad Deoxys, Master, Relink, and Anais. That's a good name.
So it's going to be Relic. I'm so sorry for pronouncing it wrong. I knew that name so well, but still I mispronounced it. It's going to be Relic, Master, it's going to be Dio, it's going to be Para. So let's see how things are going to turn out, because both of them would have watched how the game is going to go forward from now on, and we have to see who's going to be that one first person who is going to select the map, right? So Match begins anytime soon, and the match is picked by Rad. Syndicate has chosen Ascent again. Are the people
So
are they the people who are going to be attacking? That's the big question.
well, I really like the way that all the three teams are selecting Ascent back to back. I was on a hope side we could have seen Icebox or maybe Split or maybe Mind, but Ascent and the other one's Haven, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Haven. When it comes to three sides, I would really love to see teams holding off three sides, but I think Red Syndicate is like eventually, if we do not get the attackers side, we might end up losing it because when it comes to attacking, you always get that lead onto three side advantage.
Yeah, and one more thing I want to say. Just imagine if Jerin was continuously blocked by some Omen or even a Cloudburst or something like that. In case Jerin had held off taking those kills, everybody knew that Jerin was going to peak. I mean, everybody knew that Jerin is going to gatekeep them at the mid, right? And eventually they went on to peak over there. And especially Raze and Omen, one duelist and one initiator, both of them were being taken down early on. It's going to be obviously tough for a team to play off. On the other end, it was important. It's almost important for most of them not to peek when you know you're getting taken down at
Yes.
mid, and try to make sure that you attack. Or try to go all in. It's the job of the duelists and the initiators to give the proper opening in the beginning itself, so that
Exactly.
they just go into that site and just go for the plant and then start to defend. When you go inside the site, it's going to be a much easier job.
Well, I think I remember a match when Jiren was taken down early, and I was gonna hope that PE Junior could have just pushed in a bit and made a comeback because
Yeah, yeah.
Jiren was the man who was carrying the team, and with the main man going down, as you said, he
Yeah.
just went down. So maybe the team could have come up with an opening and made something like in opening for the
Yeah,
team.
but one thing, Jiren had taken one player and then gone down.
Yes,
right?
obviously.
So
Whenever he goes down, he's like, I'm not gonna go down alone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take someone with me.
So eventually was pretty much successful in that. Oh, finally coming back into the momentum of the game. I feel so relaxed. It's going to be the last match. And I know that most of the people are going to enjoy what's going to happen next. Guys, if you're watching it for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because there's going to be a lot of other tournaments coming up. It's going to be a PC games and Mobi games as well. So all kind of games are coming in. If you're an audience who wants to get entertained just by watching games, this is the right place. If you are that kind of a gamer who's looking out for an esports career as a gamer, this is the right place. For the first time, as far as I know, in an esports place, that they're trying to come up with some genuine games, with some genuine content, in such a way that they can promote gamers, they can give life for people who are looking out for a life in esports. So Squad is that one place. If you have to win, then you have to squad up.
Well, this is the first initial debut of SKWAD, and we are going with Valorant right now because right now we do not have that. We do not have all the invitational teams coming in. Like we have multiple teams, but right now we're gonna go invitational. But in the next weeks, we are gonna have open tournaments for all the games. We are gonna have Rocket League, Clash of Clans, Rainbow Siege Siege, all the games. Like you are not restricted to any platform. You are not restricted to mobiles. You are not restricted to PCs. You are not restricted to consoles. If you have anything, you can play with it, and there's gonna be a lot of opportunities coming up with you with massive prize pools. The prize pool for right now is 10K. That's very big for an initial opening,
Yeah.
and we are gonna go very big. So make sure, guys, you have to stay updated. For that, do not follow us on Instagram. That's gonna be squad.gg. Just drop your follow request there. So, like it's an open page. You can directly go and follow, and you will stay updated with every single update.
Yeah, and one more thing I want to put forward is over here is those people who are trying to learn the game of Valorant, you're at the right place, because you're seeing the most professional teams of India facing out over here right now, and we are able to see, like, it's not like most of them are using their abilities. Most of them are relying on gunpowder as well. So that comes up to say that if you want to improve on your aim, if you want to improve on your crosshair, all you have to do is watch them over here. I'm just trying to give an additional tip to the
Yes.
audience. So this is the right spot you have come up to. But let's talk back to what happened in the previous game, right? So apart from Jerin, we saw Ski was also able to perform,
Well,
and
yes.
there was somebody called
Psychowski.
no, Psychoski, Jerin, and one more person, Frosty. No,
His name was.
it's not-
That's very
it's a-
close.
you know,
He
you
was a
know-
cipher. He was a cipher. I
yeah,
remember.
it was a cipher. I always get this tip of the tongue phenomena where you have something at the tip of your tongue and you're not able to pour it out. So you saw the kind of backup he gave also, right?
Yes, yes, he
From
went in with a pistol. He get
yeah,
two
the ghost.
consecutive kills. Yeah,
Yeah,
ghost,
with
two
the ghost.
consecutive kills.
Yeah, with the ghost, he was able to do a lot of damage. He was, even though he got taken down, he used to make sure he's going to take one or two. That comes up to say that the whole team was set in such a way that they exactly knew what was the weakness of the other player and they were balancing it out. So really good to see that one thing happening. Previous to that, let's talk about the game where everything went neck to neck.
Well, the neck-to-neck game, INQ did that. INQ did okay. We can agree to the fact that INQ did, but I think his squad, the teammates could have actually stayed with him and maybe just also if you talk about the teammates, you saw how they stick together. All the 5 players sticking for the push. When it came to defending, I love the way that Cypher planted his spy cams at every place. He just made sure that. Do you remember the first match where the Cypher was the only player?
Yeah.
He was just from team White Shadow. He was
Yeah.
the only player defending C.
Yeah.
And he just went in for a plant. He just went in for the spy cams. And every time someone tried to push into C, he made sure that they held them back until and unless his entire team came
Yeah.
in with those cyber cages coming in with those neural thefts and every single ability that he could use until and unless he was exhausted.
Yeah, and one more thing. I saw in the first match especially, Killjoy was placing the tart somewhere in deep mid.
Yes.
Yeah, he was not trying to block people who were trying to come in beginning itself. Do you think that was the biggest mistake or that was the beginning of a down thought for the team? Because eventually if I had placed it in a place where it started to reveal location rather than giving damage for the team, it would have been better?
Yeah, it would have been better if they could have planted it earlier. Planting it later, obviously, like if you go out and plant out in the open, when you are planting it, someone might come in from the back and you will obviously get backstabbed. But whenever you're planting it in the early stages, you get the advantage of planting it right there just before the match starts. Like, I think you can plant it somewhere 3 seconds before the match starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously you get that advantage of planting it and then
No, you can
staying at
plant it in the beginning itself.
yeah, like before the match starts, right?
Yeah,
Before
you
the match
can-
starts, you can plant it. So you can go and take a cover somewhere at the opposite side. So you know that when the turret starts firing, you have the location of the enemy, and you will know that they're gonna come from this, and you get a beautiful angle there. And the enemy might be aware that you are somewhere at the close vicinity, but because you have placed yourself in such a place that the enemy does not understand. Because
Yeah.
if you have kept a turret at a place and there are 3 openings, the enemy can't look at all the 3 openings consecutively. He has to go for the first opening, second opening, or the third opening in
Yeah.
any of the respective ways. But when you position yourself at such a place, suppose you are at the second position and the enemy comes in and looks directly at you, obviously you might get spotted, but it always comes up to reflexes. So
Yeah.
if your reflexes are fast enough, you get the headshots onto
Yeah,
it.
and I would want to try to speculate one thing which happened over there. The reason why he was trying to put that trait somewhere mid B is, as you said, the 3 angles,
Yeah.
right? One angle, no, 2 angles, which was there. One,
that's good.
they're trying to push in from A, or if they try to rotate from, no, push in from B itself, and they're trying to rotate from A. So both the time, if an enemy is trying to plant in as well, he might also get taken down. So somewhere something didn't work out for the team, and that doesn't mean that this is the end for them. Squad is going to come up with more tournaments like this, and we're going to invite more good players, more good teams. There's going to be some open tournaments due to which whoever is coming in, you guys don't have to be disappointed. There's going to be another chance coming up, and let's remind you guys about the prize pool. It's going to be a total of a 10,000 rupees prize pool coming up. Let's look at what happened over here. As it was, see, it's stocky. Strokey.
Strokey.
Yeah,
Strokey, the guy
Strokey
you're
was the
looking-
person who was doing most of the job.
Yeah, it's gonna be Jiren, Strokey, and just the way they came in, the highlights. We are seeing the highlights right now, I guess, and it was PE. There were players from PE who
Purposely
actually tried to do who tried to make some damage, but then eventually I think sticking together was the downfall of them. They weren't able to stick together.
Yeah, and eventually let's look at what's happening here. Not only Strokey, even Godspeed did the right kind of damage for the team. Even he understood that he had to control that one place in B, and look at what Strokey did. This was one other game where Strokey did most of the damage, right?
Yes.
He took down 2 players at a time. And Jiren with that sniper, oh my god, look at that one small peek and he's gone.
Beautiful. Exactly, beautiful kills executed right there. And see,
Oh.
Strokey, I think Strokey also he has that ability to come up on the MVP leaderboard.
Yeah.
I have seen him like when it comes to snipers, I'll give it to Jiren. But when it comes to assaulting guns like maybe Vandal or maybe Phantom,
He
or
was
even
mostly on Phantoms.
he was mostly on Phantom. So when it comes to that, he just dominates it.
This is the game I was talking about. Look at what he did over there. He made sure that he gave the location using the Hunter's Fury, and then Jerry knew that, okay, nobody is coming close by, so let me go and start sniping over there. On the other hand, Iota, somewhere I felt that he was able to do something more over here, but eventually gets taken down, and that was the game where Jerin got taken down as well.
Well, Purpose Esports did try their best to do something, but eventually when it comes down, they couldn't execute to the plan they were looking out for, because Jiren's sniping was something they had to watch out for. They tried to land a lot of shots, but Jiren was never holding it out for them.
And look at the crosshairs, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is aiming right at the end. Look at that. They're not letting go of the crosshair anywhere else. In case they're missing that one crosshair at the end, eventually they push it down so that the recoil will be able to control and the bullets will be able to take shots. And each and every shot was a headshot which was connecting over there. That comes up to say that, you know, it was important for all the teams to play really well like this. And I just hope that Purpose Esports get to learn a few things about not peaking.
Well, yes. As we talk about Purpose Esports, I think they were out of the 9 times they had the spikes. 9 times you have the spikes, right? So out of the 9 times you had the spikes, I think they...
No, it was 11 times you have the spikes.
11 times, right?
Yeah, both the players have 11 times. So...
When they had the 11...
No, sorry, 12 times.
12 times, are you sure?
Pakka.
Okay.
So when you are attacking, you have 12 times. When you're defending, you have 12 times. So all the 12 points they took off.
Oh, yeah, obviously. So
I
I think they could plant it only once or twice. Out of the 12 times...
No, they had to plant only once. It was a straight 13-point win for them.
like I'm talking about Purpose Esports. Like, Purpose Esports couldn't even go for the plant. That's how hard they held off. So I remember only once or twice when he went for the Raze went for the long rotation towards A after all his teammates got finished off, and he tried to hold the location at A but got backstabbed by Sova eventually, and Omen coming in from the back. That was one point I was hoping that Purpose Esports could have gotten a point, but they got the defuse coming in.
Yeah, and the duelist couldn't perform. Where they had to depend on Raze trying to come in with the boom bot or trying to reveal or trying to get that first knock. He was not able to do it, due to which Jerin was able to dominate. We saw Jerin take down Raze at least 3 to 4 times.
Exactly.
So when a duelist in the beginning itself is gone, it's going to be tough. Let us jump into the next match which is going to come in. Edith is going for Sova. That comes up to show that Edith is trying to be the initiator over here. On the other hand, Easy is going for an Omen. So that comes up as a controller. Then we have Cypher to be playing it safe. Binks, as always, going in for the duelist. Is going to be going for Raze. Streaks is also going for a duelist. He's going to go for Jet.
Well, on the opponent, we are going to have Paradox going in for Omen. That's going to be Relic going in for Cypher. And Nice going in for Jet. That's going to be Deoxys. Deoxys going to go for... That's going to be Sova. And that's going to be Maester going in for a Phoenix.
Yeah, so... let's see how it's going to turn out. The difference which I can see over here is the fight between Binks and Master, because the two duelists, one side we have Raze, the other side we have Phoenix. So let's see whether they'll be able to do any kind of difference. And we can see in the beginning itself, nobody is going to burn their resources. They're going to hold on for that money for themselves.
Well, it's going to be the map of Ascent again that we are going to be seeing right now. And I think NotFox is going to go up with his spy cams and going to place it. He's going to use all his abilities and just make sure that the Cypher is going to go in for the trap fire and spy cam. Everything set into location at B side, and A side is going to be guarded by the rest of his team.
Yeah, and we can see that Innocents are the blue team right now. They'll be trying to defend at this point of time. I just want to see how well they'll be able to defend it, because Syndicate are the people who chose the map, right?
Yes.
So they'll be pretty confident about trying to rush in and take those points. Let's see how it's all going to work out. The person who's going to be holding mid is going to be Binks. On the other end, we can see... everybody's pushing B at this point of time. There's a good hot hands which comes up over there. Binks is able to hold back one player, if I'm not wrong. Anis is able to take down NotFox at this time. Anis is trying to come in. There is Binks trying to come in.
Binks.
With the frenzy, Binks is able to take down 2 players. It's going to be very, very easy picking for Binks. On the other end, the attackers have already made it inside, but Binks has done most of the damage against the team.
Well, it's going to be instant fire. Last 3 players versus the last 2 players of Rad Syndicate still standing. Jet at a very low HP. Cypher is tagged. Cypher is not tagged yet. Jet has to come up with something special. And Jet been taken down. Anis has been taken down. The Cypher, the last guy standing, gets backstab.
Nice.
That's going to be easy exit. And it's going to be the first first win coming in for Innocent 5 in the first round itself.
Yeah, and Innocence have played it really well. Look at the way Binks held it off. He immediately put a nade and he took that one spot where he had to sit. And eventually he sat over there with the frenzy, made sure he connects all the headshots which was required for them. Let's look at this. Look at the shot Anis took over here. And eventually he took down, he gave the opening for the team. And this was the fight I was talking about. Both of them were headshot and that too with the frenzy.
Well, Binks does not loses his shot. Just make sure that those headshots, he makes those headshot counts, and it's gonna be Strix from team Innocent 5 leading his teams, and it's gonna be Binks from the opponent team. That's gonna be Rad Syndicate leading.
And let's not forget about the shot which Strix took as well. It was a peak shot, and then he moved. The bullet rightfully connected over there.
Whoa, that's a beautiful sky
nice.
place, and it's gonna be a very much slaughter happening at A and B side, and it's gonna be a kill, a triple kill coming in from Binks. It's the last two players standing, and
but he has also taken a teammate with him, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. It's 4 kills coming in from. He's going to release the boom bot on the right side. He's going to make sure, because the dark cover is holding him out on the left, he uses it. He's going to jump in. He's going to take down Sova. He's going to go in for the ace, but Streaks kills it as he's going to steal one more kill. Then eventually Binks is going to defuse. Probably right now Binks would have also got his ult waiting for the next match, and let's see how well he's going to start it off.
Well, it's going to be Innocent 5 leading on with 2 points, and I think Strix about to go in with the jet into A side, and he's going to go and hold A rafters and A window. Maybe I think they're going to go in the A window. I really like the way that Cypher is planting his spike camps. Did you see
Yeah. Through the window. That's an odd place to put this, spy cam, and eventually revealing. He immediately told Binks, bro, all are coming in. You just need to do your stuff. And the paint shells went in at the right time after he used the Spectre to take down 1 or 2 enemies.
Well, it's going to be up to Not Fox to come again with his same openings. And there's going to be a boom bot coming out into the mid courtyard, and the mid link someone is going to be taken down, and there's going to be paint shells coming in. The paint shells dealing a lot of damage. Locations have been revealed with the Recon Bolt coming in, and the Recon Bolt will it take down Binks? Binks is out right now in the dark cloud, and the dark shadow helping him to just hide right now from the other players, and he's been taken down by an ace.
Anis comes up with the right kind of opening required for the team. They've taken one player down, and look at what's happening over there. Another dark cover coming in. Cypher trying to come in. Cypher will be taken down by Paradox. These people are done with what's happening over here. Nobody is at B to guard it off at this point of time. Everybody will be rushing in. The dark cloud coming in at the right place, but we have to see whether they'll be able to come in, as Anis is trying to come in from behind. He'll be able to tag out. Streaks is able to come in against Anis. So let's see, it's going to be a 1v4 situation coming in. Streaks is able to take down one more player. That comes up to say that Streaks is still alive and keeping the hopes for Innocent 5.
Well, Rad Syndicate is still alive. Rad Syndicate wants to make a comeback in the smash, and they're going to go push in all in. Where is Strix right now? Strix is just going to go somewhere from A lobby to mid top, and he's going to go into mid courtyard. No, he's going to go in for the attacker side spawn, and he's going to wait out for the spike. Does he have a spike on him?
No, the spike has already been planted by the attacker.
Spike's already been planted, so he's going to wait out.
Yes. Save it, or is just going to, probably they're really happy with the performance they're having. They want to make sure that they retain their eco, which is important for them, and for the next round, so that everybody will have the right kind of guns to go in on the other end. He's just holding this one angle, but those people are going to, look out for him. They want to take that kill. They want to build up their eco as well. It's just 4 seconds now. 3, 2, 1, and Streaks is going to survive.
Yeah, Strix still stays alive, and he has the ultimate ready this time. So let's see if he's going to use his ultimate. So it's going to be instant replay that's going to be coming in, and it's all started here where now I think Binks was the first guy to be taken down, and that was the opening they were looking for. NA is taking down, NA is going down by Strix, and Rad Paradox also goes down. So Strix had a beautiful opening there. That's 5 kills for Innocent 5 by Strix. And as we talk about the opponent side from Rad Syndicate, NA also has 4 kills. It's an opening for them. It's going to be a score of 2-1 as of now.
Yeah, we saw that Strix and Binks was able to perform in the first game, right? But we can see Anis is also one person who is still performing at this point of time. Binks is looking forward for an opening kill again. He's trying to hold mid. He's also got his ult ready. If he's using his,
showstopper.
If he uses the blast pack, jumps in and take the showstopper, we can see that Sova is in the center. So if he takes down that spike early on, then it's going to be easy for him. Edith on the other end, he's also looking to take down enemies at mid. He's going to be not Fox who will be looking out that off angle. He sees that Sova is trying to come in. Eventually, Binks is all attack. This is all attack coming against Binks. He's going to put the boom bot in the center. That is going to obviously reveal at least 1 or 2 players. Right now, we can see that hot hands is being come up by Phoenix just by the symbol over there. Reckoning Bolt has also been destroyed after revealing a location. Binks coming out in the open. Anis being a little sneaky. Takes down another player. Anis exactly knows where the next player is. He's going to wait it out. He's going to take them out when the right time. Oh, nice shot by Master over there. Edith coming, taking down Master. It's going to be a 3v4 situation, lagging behind for Innocence 5.
The all fight happening at mid Cubby right now, and they have to push in towards mid Catwalk, or they have to go to 8-3, and I think there's going to be a push coming in from A main also, so they have to. It's up to the last 3v4. There's Snakes going down. Rad Paradox with an awesome gunshots. Gun power's been coming into Yosia. It's just up to the Cypher from Team Innocent 5 to pull it off for them. Otherwise, it's gonna be Rad Syndicate making it up. Where is their last guy? Cypher, not Fox.
Again, saving it for the team.
Yeah, he's gonna be saving it for the team.
I want to point out one thing. Streaks had opened his ult and gets taken off with a really good, it was like Paradox knew exactly where the body is going to be. He had predicted it in a right spot, and the prediction shot was so precise that they were able to take the second point. That comes up to say the Innocent 5 are having the right kind of attention. They're getting the right kind of opponent when it comes to the map of Ascent.
Well, it's going to be not Fox. Gonna go eco this round. He's not going to push. He's just going to hold on B right now. I think there's a push coming in towards B. That's gonna be someone from, that's gonna be Jet coming in, and I think he might be able to take down the Jet, but I think because of the spike detonation, the attackers get a point and makes it sure that they have these rounds equaled up. It's two points overall for both the teams.
Yeah, it all started here when Anis was able to connect a shot against Binks. With Binks getting taken down early on, all the weight started to fall on Edith and the rest of the team. Look at this prediction shot. Oh my goodness. That is the opening which was required. Somewhere I saw that Streaks would have come in, used this Tailwind or Cloudburst or something like that, and eventually take down the enemies using the Blade Storm, but he was not able to do so. Not Fox for the first time. He's setting up a camp in a very off angle. Let's see how it's all going to work out for them.
Well, Strix is going to go in towards A rafters and going to hold his location, and meanwhile Binks is always ready with his boom bot. The boom bot goes out towards the mid bottom and mid courtyard, and there's no player right now. And as we look on to B main is being pushed on by all the 4 players, and Cypher still holding his location. Binks wants to land some shots there, and B side is going to be contested anytime soon. There's the Cypher. There's a Sova's Recon Bolt coming in. There's a Showstopper coming into action, but Anis takes down Binks, and it's going to be Anis also going to be traded off by Not Fox. Not Fox getting traded off by Relic. It's a beautiful gunshots coming in. Beautiful trade-offs happening right now.
Yeah, and on the other end, Easy is also getting traded off. That comes up to say it's going to be a 4v2 situation, and the revelation is going to be absolutely perfect, as Strix is also be revealed at one point of time. We can see that. Oh my goodness, the shock bolt was also precise at that point of time. It could have done a lot of damage for the team. We can see there's a backstab also coming behind Edith, which is not realizing at this point of time. Strix will be able to take down one player, but Master will be finding landing the final bullet against Streak. That comes up to say that right now the people who are suffering is going to be Innocent 5.
The attacker is taking 3 consecutive rounds, and it's going to be the 6th round that's going to commence anytime right now. But as we're going to move in, we're going to go for a quick replay where Binks was taken down by a beautiful shot but gets traded off. That was a beautiful trade coming in here at B main, and I wasn't hoping so much for this trade to be happening so quickly, but the way the backup came from both the teams was amazing, and Rad Syndicate getting that win for themselves is an amazing turn of events as of now.
Yeah, and let's look at what's going to happen next, as it's going to be Edith's location being revealed right now. Binks is trying to hold back B. He's going to use his boom bot. He's trying to come in. He knows that there's an enemy over there. Jet is going to hold that place. Probably Jet's location won't be revealed, as Anis is going to hold here. He knows that all he has to do is concentrating on firepower against Binks, and if he's able to do that, it's going to be easy for them. Streaks on the other hand is damaged at this point of time. They do not have any kind of healers to come in. That comes up to say that Sova has also used a lot of, Sova has also lost a lot of health, and they're going to depend on something else. Master is trying to hold it. If Streaks gets taken down, it's going to be easy picking, which is going to come up at A.
I think the Master is going to go in for that push right now. The Recon Ball comes in. The Recon Ball has been destroyed. Binks takes down on Relic. That's 2 kills for... that's 2 players going down for Rat Syndicate. And Strix is still alive. Strix is going to go in for that push from A3. And he's going to go in from the A Garden to A3. Let's see how it's going to turn out for him. Meanwhile, it's going to be Rat Syndicate going in with Flash. And he has flashed on. And he's going to go in for the plant right now. But the Omen is the guy who has to plant. He's unaware of the Cypher in front of him.
Yeah, and Cypher is also being over there. Anis takes down. Oh my god, 3 players. All of a sudden, we can see that the Rad are already in the game. Right now, Binks is trying to come in. Binks gets rejected. Master takes him down. There was a chance for Binks to flick it on the other end. Master is trying to come in against him, but Edith is too strong for him. It's going to be a 1v2 situation which is going to happen over here. Is Edith going to... I think Edith has a higher chance over here. Anis is down to 13 HP, and we know that it's very tough for anybody to take him out. On the other end, the Recon Bolt has come in. He's trying to go in for that, diffuse. He doesn't realize that Anis is going to come in. Anis is going to connect that shot right to the head of Edith, and that's the end of the story for Edith. And Innocent Fine will be losing another game.
With 30 HP in remaining, I love the way that Anis is playing that. He just wants to stay behind. He just came in when he heard that spike getting diffused, and he has the beautiful strategy up and out running in the motion. Meanwhile, we're going to see, I'm not seeing any operators in motion. We're going to go to the instant replay of this game where we have Binks being taken down here by, that's going to be Master. Master was holding his location, but the Sova came in from the back. That was going to be Edith, and Edith taking down beautiful kills, and it's going to be Strix with 7 kills and Anis with 10 kills leading both the teams.
Yeah, and Binks still not able to perform, give that right kind of opening as a duelist. On the other end, we can see that everybody are using a Vandal on one side, and the other people are right now suffering with the eco. Master right now trying to see if there is anybody trying to peek. He's trying to put up his footsteps. He's also got his ult. He can just go in. There's a Recon Bolt coming in. He comes up with the ult, and eventually he was also almost getting taken down, if not for Durex and Paradox coming in. Binks puts up, and Pain Chill was able to take down one player. Let's see. Oh my god, Anis takes on Binks. This could be the opening which they were looking for. Carrier being killed at this point of time. It's a 1v3 situation again coming up. All the weights against the Sova. Can Edith do something over here? The plant was still not happening, but Relic comes up with the right kind of Vandal shot. Will be clearing Edith out. That comes up to say this is going to be a fight where Rats are going to take it home.
Well, I'm not
it
sure.
Looks like that.
We can't say anything right now because it's still a lot of rounds remaining, and Rat Syndicate with a beautiful 3-point lead. They're going to make it soon. With winning 5 consecutive rounds, will they be able to just keep up the consistency and get up to 13 points? But we'll know it for sure as we're going to look up to the point table standings. It's going to be Strix with 7 kills leading on Team Innocent 5, and then Anis with 11 kills leading on Rat Syndicate.
Yeah, Master on the other end, somewhere he started to miss shots against Binks. I mean, it's because of that, immediate go off of that. It was. I know that Binks was relying on the Phoenix Blaze, but eventually when the Blaze went off, the kind of connection he came up with, that was good as well. On the other end, everybody are concentrating on taking out Binks. On the other end, can you see this? After saving for a round, Streaks is coming up with the operator. We know what kind of a deadly operator Streaks can actually be. The flash comes in, eventually he falls back. Binks is able to take down the camp of Cypher. That comes up to say they're going to play a little more defensive. Oldron coming out is going to reveal a little bit of a location if anybody is there. Oldron still not able to see anyone. There is the
Hunter's Fury.
Hunter's Fury coming in. It was able to do much of damage. It is revealed most of the location. Edith was able to take down one player at this point of time. He's going to look out for that dart shock bolts which is going to come in. But let's see. Edith is holding really well at B.
Well, and the mid is going to be holded off by Easy XD, and that's going to be Easy XD might take in any time now. As we look up the rotations, it's going to be the mid that's going to be contested right now. It's going to be the mid courtyard that we have to look out for, but Strix is still going to hold his angles right now. But let's see how it turns out for them, because it's going to be the Omen traveling right now. Omen coming in, but where he has gone to? Where has he gone to?
Yeah, Streaks right now being paranoid. And not only that, the cage also comes up to him. Somewhere I felt that the Binks would have already rotated to that location. Eventually, everybody have rushed in. We have to see what's going to happen over here. Binks has come in, but gets taken down by Master. It's going to be not Fox and Easy coming in for a trade against Master and Paradox. Let's see how it's going to be. It's going to be a 1v3 situation for the first time ever, favoring Innocence like it happened in the first 2 rounds. Fox on the other end, he's looking out for that one player. Everybody knows that the spike is at A, and eventually Streaks was able to connect that final shot against Anis, who's going to have a little bit of a tougher time against the operator, and eventually it's going to be one more point for Innocent 5 as they start to bounce back.
He could have gone for the push from A garden to A tree and A side, but he chose to go in from the rafters where he was already holding. And the Hunter's Fury coming into action in the very early stages of the match as we see the replay, and he just was able to take down the gunshot. The last gunshot, the operator shot was a beautiful one to watch out for. I love the way that he executed those kills. And we are going to go into the 9th round right now where Innocent Fire is going to make a comeback right now. I think they're going to try to make a comeback and just make a level up. They're going to try to level up again. And there's a beautiful kill coming in from Ace. Six has been taken down with the ultimate. That's going to be Blade Storm. Blade Storm coming into action again. And that's going to be a push coming into A tree and A window, A garden. I want to see how Rat Syndicate is going to be able to hold it off.
I just love the way they put up that cage, and also they come up with that dark cover in the mid, you know. They make sure that they enter A as soon as possible, but eventually Binks is still alive. That comes up to show that they can rely on him at this point of time. Easy comes in a little behind. Edith is also coming in. It's a 4v4 situation coming in. Red Master comes up with the hot hands. He's going to block it out for now. He's going to flash and make sure that he's not going to allow Binks to come in. Binks' location is being revealed, and a good shot comes against Binks. It was important for him to hold back, for the team to go in and be a bait, but eventually he comes up for the opening, eventually gets taken down. Anis is still working out with the Blade Storm. He's able to connect 2 kills, 3 kills coming up. Attackers take it very easily as Anis has started to perform again.
With the way that Anis is being able to use his jet is very wonderful, and I love the way that he uses his Blade Storm. Getting 3 consecutive kills with the Blade Storm is something I have to look out for, because Anis is also one more of the player that will be popping up on the screens right now as we are going to go for the instant replay. We are going to see the way that Binks was taken down by Meister, and it was Deoxay. And Anis, the guy, he went in for the Sova, he went in for the Cypher, and that was where he could get those kills executed and getting those win for Team Rat Syndicate.
I mean, Anis himself has got 15 kills, you know. It looks like he's going to be the most powerful player for his team. On the other end, we can see that Binks is trying to put his boom bot for the first time. He'll be pushing in as a duelist. He puts up a paint shell. He's trying to play it a little safe, but over there, the location being revealed. In the previous match also, his location was revealed at the nth moment, and that's why he got taken down. It looks like everybody are going to push B at this point of time, and both of them realize that Anis is looking for that long one. If Bink comes out and takes down Anis, it could be the beginning over here which they're required for. Anis also knows that he has to watch out for that one place. There comes up the shock bolt, which is not going to be released anytime. The ult is going to be used by Phoenix. Let's see what's going to happen now.
The way that defenders are playing this time, it's going to be a bit safer. They're going to play it a bit safe. The window has been taken down, and there's going to be the coming to the push, and the Rat Syndicate loses 2 of his players. It's going to be a 3v3 standoff that we're going to see right now, and the Hunter Fury coming into action. No one taken down, and it's going to be Strake's going to go in for this ultimate, and it's going to be Blade Storm coming into action once again. He's just going to wait for that opening, and he sees that opening, but there's a wall coming up. That's going to be from Blaze from Phoenix, and he's just going to hold his location. It's a 1v2 Blaze. Phoenix is the last guy standing for Team Rat Syndicate. Will Innocent get it? And yes, they did it. Defenders get a win for this.
I never thought that the defenders could have easily taken it. At one point of time, I thought that they're going to rush in. All the attackers are going to rush in and eventually go for the plant. But they did not go for the plant. Rather, they wanted to take the kill point. But it's going to be a very good fight coming up. They're defending it really well. This is where it is. Bing started to give that opening and eventually gets traded off. Easy. This is the point where it all mattered. Easy took down the spy carrier at that moment where he was also taken down. And that headshot coming in from Not Fox was a really precise one.
Binks leading the team with 9 kills, Innocent Fire and Anis with 15 kills. You can see the point difference between both the teams, and there's a shot that coming in, and it's going to be the match number 11 that's happening right now, round number 11, and there's going to be the old drone going in, and the old drone has been destroyed. Meanwhile, Six and Not Fox both have been taken down from Innocent Fire. It's going to be Rat Syndicate going to go in for that push. Sova with the spike still holding on, and the push is going to come into A, and let's see how the A tree and A window is going to be contested for. Meanwhile, the A rafters is being held right now, and I think the Under Heaven is going to be under Heaven plant by Red Deoxys, and yes, there comes the plant. Let's see, attackers win it because Edith gets taken down by an ace.
I mean, we are almost at the end of the first site where we are able to see rats are planting. And I really want to see what kind of strategy the defenders right now, that's going to be Innocent Fire coming up with when they start to attack. We have seen that the gunpowder is also really strong. And as duelists, when they have Rays who can use that blast pack and directly jump in and give the kind of opening, let's see how it all going to work out. On the other end, we can see that Paradox is really happy with the performance which is coming up from the Rats. Rats are proving themselves to be some something else over here. On the other end, Binks is trying to hold back at B. He's going to hold this one spot. And look at where the spy cam again comes from. On the other end, his location is also being revealed. That comes up to say all three players' location was revealed over here. Easy has taken the mid for now. Easy's got that one spot. Binks is going for the boom ball. Falls back. He doesn't want to go for it. He knows that the push can happen at A. Let's see how it's going to turn out.
With the cyber cage coming up at the mid, I think no one's gonna push into mid market, but I think they're gonna go from mid cubby into A tree and to A side. But right now, it's gonna be the mid A tree that's gonna be contested, and there comes this shock bolt revealing the location, recon bolt actually, and it's gonna be the Cypher versus a Cypher. No, Cypher versus a Phoenix that we're gonna be seeing right now. The cage comes in. There's gonna be a hot hands coming in, and it's gonna be a Molotov that they have to watch out for. The cage. The door is open right now, and it's gonna be an A push, A side main push, and with the SOA having the spike, I think it's gonna be an A plant that might be happening anytime right now. Deox is still holding his location. There's a smoke coming in. Location has been revealed. The spike carrier has been killed, and it's gonna be Binks who's gonna make that kill.
Yeah, and eventually we are able to see that Binks is able to hold them off. Even though I can see that there's a blaze in front of them, they're not going to stop back. He's used every ability right now, so he has to rely on gunpower at this point of time. His crosshairs are really strong, and Binks' crosshairs are something to watch out for, that's for sure. Over here we can see that Phoenix location was revealed, due to which we are able to see two consecutive kills coming in by Streaks and Binks as well. So that comes up to say that the attackers will be losing this point as the spike diffuser was killed, and again Streaks will be able to complete that diffuse.
Well, that's a beautiful win there by the defender side, making it close. It's just gonna be 2 points lead for Rat Syndicate, but this is the time we have been waiting for. It's gonna be a side change for them, and let's see how it turns out, because we're gonna go for the instant replay where it all started. Binks going in for the first kills onto Deoxys, and Anish getting taken down. That was where the opening they were waiting for, and Rat Syndicate just holds it, and meanwhile the last kills coming in.
Yeah, it was a combination of Binks and Streaks which worked out really well over there.
Exactly.
Eventually, Binks came out. He did not get taken out. He gave that first headshot, and eventually when he was Streaks came in for the first headshot, second headshot, sorry, and then again Binks came and traded off. That is both of them taking 3 players off, only 2 players alive. It would have been a very tough thing for them. On the other end, for the first time, it's going to be Innocent 5 who will be attacking, and they're depending to go to B, where there's only one person. There's going to be Reeling holding the sniper over there. Let's see how much he can hold it off.
Well, it's gonna be the Cypher. He's gonna come up with the cage, and I think the cage just gives up the opening. That Binks has been taken down. That's a beautiful headshot coming in. I did not expect this to be happening, but the way he executed that kill through the cage was something out of the blue, and it's gonna be the door that's gonna be shut down right now, and there's gonna be Strix going down. Will it be an opening for Rat Syndicate? Rat Syndicate able to pull it off very quickly, and it's gonna be Maester coming in for the push onto B, and the plant has come in.
Oh, nice!
That's the last guy standing for Team Innocent 5 at 17 HP. Will he be able to pull off some wonders, because the push is coming from both sides, and it's gonna be a finish coming from not for getting finished off by Maester, and the defuse will come in anytime soon.
Yeah, the mid game after Binks and Streaks got taken out, I saw that after the plant had happened, and we saw that Paradox come in from one angle. I wish that it comes in the replay, okay? The crosshair was set so well. Once the head popped off, it was like a sniper shot coming in on them. So on the other end, we'll be looking at it. This is where it all happened. Look at the shot Reeling took over there. And this is the shot I was talking about. Look at the shot which Radix took. I don't know who took that shot.
Not Fox executed that kill onto the other player, but from the back it was Paradox coming in and getting those kill onto him.
Yeah, no, it was Dio. Dio came
Dio.
up with the shot against the Sova. A very good shot coming in from that.
We're gonna be seeing Judge into
nice.
action in this game, and that's a back-to-back kill. Coming
This
in from
is
Strix
what
and
this
Binks.
combo can actually do.
Yeah, exactly. This is the combo you have been speaking about. Strix and Binks, and they have been unstoppable right now. And when they push in together, they just go all in. And I think Innocent 5 is going to go in for a plant at A side right now. The Cypher is stacked very low HP, and Strix is at 72 HP. The spike has been planted at A, and I think the A rafters are not contested as of now. It's going to be the mid cubby and A lobby they have to watch out for.
Yeah, and eventually Strix and Binks are able to give the right kind of opening as attackers at this point of time. Ultron was also being revealed. Eventually they'll be taken down. Look at how the Strix is opening right now. Ricken Bolt comes in, doesn't reveal anybody's location at this point of time, whereas all the other people, it's Strix who's holding over there. Edith comes up with the right kind of attack against him. Strix is taken down. That is Reeling who's come up with everybody's kills. It's going to be Edith versus Reeling who's going to happen over here. But Edith will be able to land a headshot over there against him, and and eventually he'll be taking that 1 point for them. Attackers are falling behind with 6 points, but they'll be really happy with the performance so far.
Well, I like the way that he the cipher of the team Rat Syndicate tried to do it. Who was the I don't remember the name of the player, but seriously, the player, he just went on for back-to-back kills. Here gonna go to the highlights where Binks and Strix made 2 kills, made 2 back-to-back eventually kills, and then Relic, the guy, I really like the way he played. See right now you're gonna have to watch out for Relic because he goes in for 2 consecutive kills. He couldn't just execute that last kill because Edith comes in with that Spectre and just gets that headshot onto him.
Yeah, Strix and Binks trying to bring that opening at B. Binks realizes where the enemies are. He puts up a blast pack and eventually takes the kill against Daisy. Easy also comes up with another knock that comes up to say they're gonna be weak at this point of time. Relic comes up with another headshot coming against Binks. It's gonna be Strix who will be clearing him out. It's gonna be a 4v2 situation coming against the attackers having an upper hand at this point of time. And it takes that shot against Paradox. It's gonna be a one-man standing for Rads. I don't know how well it's gonna end up for them because eventually Not Fox is gonna come behind and take him out. The attackers are dominating and showing a very new face. It's gonna be Innocent 5, not Innocent anymore.
Anes was able to perform when it came to the attacking side, but defending, they are not being able to hold it off this time. And I think Innocent 5 has a very good economic right now as we go to the instant replay. This is where it all started, where Binks got back-to-back 2 kills, but eventually got taken down by Relic. And now as we move on, Not Fox coming in from the back, taking him the last kill onto Anes, and we are gonna go looking onto Strix. And Strix is leading with 13 points for Innocent 5, and Anes from the opponent side, that's gonna be the defender's side, Rat Syndicate with 17 kills.
Yeah, the blast pack, a different kind of angle taken by Binks. A good one to be in specific. He's going to use the boom bot from there itself. Hot hand had actually restricted Strix and Binks over there, so that's a good thing. Easy being the second top fragger for the team. He's holding mid as of now. He's got the spike as well. He's going to drop it over there so that it's going to be easy for them to come back. The owl drone is going to go in. He's not going to reveal anybody's location. And look at what happened over here as Dio takes down 2 of the major teammates. It's going to be Binks and Strix, both of them getting taken down. And Fox has to come up and do something special. He gets taken down by Anis. This could be the beginning of the end for the Innocent 5 as they'll be left out with only 2 players and they're sandwiched by all different angles possible.
I love to see the way that Innocent 5 is going to perform this time because when it comes to a 2v5, they have been able to perform in the last games, but this game is going to be somehow different because it's still the Cypher, Jet, Phoenix, and Omen, all the 4 players alive, and with Innocent 5, it's just going to be Soa and Omen. So it's going to be a bit difficult to say because the spike
Both are initiators.
Yeah, both are initiators, and the spike was left off somewhere in the between. And no, I don't think the Omen is an initiator.
Omen is a controller.
Omen is a controller actually. And then when we come to the this.
Oh, nice!
That's going to be the controller being taken down, and the initiator, the last guy standing, is going to be Soa, and Soa is going to be Edith 99. He has been able to execute some beautiful skills, and he's just going to try to do some kills, but eventually gets taken down by Relic.
Yeah, and if I'd got that headshot over there, probably he could have immediately shifted towards Cypher, who was trying to come in, but eventually was not able to do that. That comes up to say the Rats are slowly picking up their pace back into the game. It's a good face-to-face, it's a good fight. The frontal battle is taking in such a way that everybody are trying to put on their weight in every single match. Right now, I know that everybody are trying to do it. Let's look at the replay where Anis was just silently sitting over there. He did not want to do anything wrong. So did Master. As soon as he saw Omen trying to step in, he took him down, and that was the easy opening given to them.
The point difference of 2 points isn't the one Innocent has been close. Innocent hasn't been able to close it yet. Let's see how it's going to turn out for them because as we enter into the 17th match, let's see how it turns out. 17th round, let's see how it turns out for them because Binks is gonna be blinded for a few seconds, and there comes the hot hands right now, and he executes a beautiful kill onto Paradox.
Nice.
Maester has been spotted. Maester gets that kill onto Binks and makes it equal. Just makes it sure he's gonna use it. He's gonna use it, run it back, and Not Fox has been taken out. He's gonna get his ult ready again.
Yeah, Master is trying to teach a lesson to everybody possible. He's going to run it back as well. And I can see that the Streaks is also used as a ult right now, but he's not going to connect any of those shots. It's going to be a 3v4 situation where Innocents are right now falling back. It's important for Streaks to perform at this point of time because Binks has already gone out. Edith is able to come up with a knock. It's a 2v2 situation, but eventually Anis will be able to take down Streaks. It's a 1v1 situation. Edith versus Anis is going to be the fight which is going to take place over here. A reload has to come in, revealing the area, not going to affect much. He's going to go in for the diffuse. Can Edith do the shot which is required for the team? It looks like he can, but oh yes, he did it. Somewhere I felt that he was getting taken down, but eventually he was able to do it. Edith doing the right thing for the team. Binks and Streaks will be really happy with that performance.
Do you think that Relic could have gone in for the push before going in for that diffuse? But right now, as we're going to talk about the first kills coming in, and there's a beautiful trade-off coming in from Maester. Maester was like, I will be the Maester of the game. Meanwhile, Relic takes down Easy, XD, and the last kill, as we have been talking about, Relic could have gone for that kill before, but then Edith just make sure that it's just, the point of that round goes to Innocent Find.
I don't know whether the door was already shut and destroyed. In case he could have gone for that door, you know, and he would have revealed the location. It's easy to speak, but let's just get back into the game. It's going to be Paradox who will be holding on mid right now. He was able to connect some shots, but not the precise one. Relink on the other end, holding B. I just want to see where the other teams are coming up with. It's going to be B they're trying to push at this point of time. Binks has come up with the ult, and he gets the right kind of shot against Relic. Did he get it against Relic?
He got it, but instead he got traded off by Maester again, because Maester is like, I'll be trading off Binks every time,
nice.
and Maester gets finished off. It's going to be the Sova coming in, and it's going to be Strix and Sova just going to hold off B location right now, and it's going to be Anaze using his ultimate, but gets finished off. It's going to be the last one player standing for Team Rat Syndicates. That's going to be the Omen, and I think this is where both the teams are going to level up with 9 points each. Let's see if the Omen is able to clutch this 1v3 situation.
Yeah, and eventually takes one kill down. He's got 89 HP still alive. He puts up a shadow for himself. Cover for himself. There's a cover coming up. Let's see how it's going to be. If Innocent Fire are able to pull this off, then it's going to be a 9v9 game. Yes, it's going to be a 9v9 game. What to say right now, right? Both of them are neck-to-neck fight. And whoever is going to win this, look, who's going to they face off with? Do you know who are they going to face off with?
I think they're going to face off with the one who are neck to neck again. I think.
No, it's not going to be the one with neck to neck. The previous team which took all 13 rounds straight at a time.
That was Reckoning, right?
No, yeah, I think it was. No, Pusher lost against whom? Purpose lost against him.
I think that was Rats. No, that was Reckoning, I guess. That was Reckoning. I'm
yeah.
pretty much sure.
So
but
eventually they'll be going against Reckoning, so they have to be really strong. On the other end, we can see that Dio is trying to reveal locations over here. Eventually be able to do it. Look at what Binks is doing. He's coming all alone from one side. He takes down the whole drone. Even though his bot was taken down. Oh, what a beautiful shot against Dio. He exactly knew that he has to control the recoil over there. Eventually he was able to do it. Strix trying to rush in. The tailwind did come in to help. Reeling takes down Binks. It's going to be a 3v2 situation coming up. Relic, I don't know how well it's going to be. I don't know why I'm pronouncing his name as Relink.
Well, it's going to be the last player standing. That's going to be the Cypher. The plant comes in, and let's see how if the Cypher is able to pull it off. And right now, it's going to be the Cypher. That's going to be Relic pushing in from mid club to A tree, and he's going to go into A side. But I think he just wants to hold his location right now. Edith has a beautiful location. He just wants to stay there. Meanwhile, the Cyber Cage comes in, and will the Cyber Cage help him a bit? But no. Edith comes in from the back and just makes sure that with the Phantom, he goes in for a headshot, and that's going to be a win for the attacker side.
Yeah, I really want to see what happened in the highlights over there. Binks was taking care of 3 people over here. He did the right kind of opening, where taking down Dio. But this is where it all happened. Paradox came out with one. Binks was able to execute another, and everything went down so fast that they couldn't control it. Edith, what a precise shot over there. And looks like the Innocent Fire trying to pick up this fight, the 16, 15, 14, and that comes up to say that everybody are trying to contribute as much as the Rats as well. So Anis is trying to go with the sniper against Binks. Let's see whether he'll be able to execute this.
Well,
Pain Shell comes into the right kind of cover, and eventually Binks knew that he had to do it. It looks like he's going to go in from mid. Owldrone coming in from Edith, trying to see any location. Binks is going to play it really safe. It's important for the defenders to hold back the location and allow the attackers to come in and then go for the kills. But look at what's happening over there. It's going to be the Hunter's Fury coming into play, revealing most of the location. Edith is able to connect one shot against Anis. So Anis out of the equation, it's easier for the attackers for sure.
Well, it's going to be they're gonna play
nice.
A bit safe right now. Meanwhile, Rat Syndicate takes on a kill onto Strix, and that's going to be Rat. Binks is still holding his location. He's tagged. He has 100 HP right now. He has his HP and his full he has his full potential right now. But he gets a beautiful kill against that's going to be a player from Deoxys. Deoxys goes down, and let's see how it turns out, because it's a 3v3 fight, and I think
Oh,
Cypher.
nice!
Whoa.
Rally
He
comes
in
up with
from
a
the back.
beautiful knock over there. The cage had stopped his spy cam over there, but somehow he was able to connect that shot and reveal the location. Edith is still holding out for the backup. There is a Paranoia which is also trying to come in. Paranoia is trying to still connect. If the location is being revealed at this point of time, a flash comes in. Edith is trying to be smart over here. He takes down one, but he'll be traded off by Master. It's going to be a 1v1, 2v1 situation. Or yeah, it's going to be a 2v1 situation. It's going to be Phoenix with the hot hands trying to hold back. Oh, Fox will be taken down by Master, but eventually he'll be defusing and taking a round. Again, it's a 10v10 fight. I mean, when I say 10v10, it's the points which I try to say always.
Entering into the 21st round, it's going to be a very close fight between both the teams. I want to see if you're going to go into what's it called? Overtime. If it's going to go into an overtime or not. But we'll go into the quick replay right now. Where Wings
Nice.
got a beautiful shots onto Deoxys, but from the back, it's going to be this shot coming in from Idiot 99, getting traded off, and not Fox taking down Paradox, but not Fox getting traded off eventually, and with Rad Syndicate taking the winning of that round.
Yeah, Streaks is right now taking the spike. So that's a different kind of strategy coming up against with them. We see that the eco is good for everybody, right? On the other hand, Anis is relying on the judge for the first time. He wants to take down anybody coming in. Binks again going for the plane shell. He wants to make sure nobody's watching him over there. We saw that there was an operator waiting out for him. Binks is trying to go for that one spot. Phoenix trying to push in. Phoenix head will be visible to Binks anytime, and he can execute that. But it was a run it down which helped him over there. Eventually his location is being revealed right now. The cover comes out. Binks has been held off at mid at this point of time. Edith on the other end. Oh, he tries to come in, but Paradox comes up with a shot. Paradox with two, Master with one. Not Fox will be trading off. Dio, it's not going to matter much. It's going to be a 4v2 situation coming up, and the push is going to happen as a neural theft will be revealing the location of the rats.
Well, it's going to be the neural theft. That's going to be an advantage for them. Meanwhile, it's going to be Easy XG going to go in for them.
Nice.
Easy XG gets traded off. It's up to the Cypher to do a 1v4 situation, but will he be able to pull it off? It's going to be a very hard, difficult situation. I think he's going to go and try to do an economy for his team this time. Meanwhile, Paradox goes in for a random spam with the gun he has in his hand. But right now, I think NotFox is going to go and use some of his spy cams and make sure that nobody comes in for... That's a trap fire, actually. Make sure that no one is going to come in for that push. And let's say if the push from mid courtyard is going to go from mid catwalk to mid top or from the attacker spawn side. And he has to really look out for the attacker spawn side, because if someone comes from the B lobby to the attacker spawn side, he might get eventually traded off.
Yeah, and let's see, he's going to hold it back as long as possible. He's still got 20 seconds to hold it off. Not Fox. Can he be the cunning Fox to hold off the fight, or will he be taken down by the hunters? We can see that the shots are being shot, and they're trying to push him back as well. Fox being really silent. He can execute a kill. He does a kill against him. He puts up the case. He wants to make sure that he holds back the Cypher over there.
Whoa.
Eventually, Master comes in from behind, takes him out. A good eco coming in for them. It's going to be defenders putting another point for themselves, and we have to see whether the attackers can bounce back.
It's a very close neck-to-neck fight between two of those Vipers right now. Let's see how it turns out for them, because it's going to be Instant 5 and Rad Syndicate. It's going to be the 22nd round that's going to start any time right now. And I think the economy at the part of Instant 5 might be a bit low, but still, as we talk about Rad Syndicate, they will have a lot of things to work out with.
Yeah, Strix on the other end is trying to come in against A. I don't think whether he has Binks with him. No, Binks is trying to come in alone from the mid. He's trying to control mid. He's trying to make sure that he gets that early knocks. They're not going to push B this time. So the location has been revealed of Binks. They realize there's only one player over there, and we can see Phoenix is the only player holding A. So there could be a backstab coming in from B as well. The mid is still being controlled by two. Not Fox putting up a camera. He realized that nobody is at A. Could this be the beginning of the end for the attackers? Because they are being devolved right now. And we can see Omen is trying to come in from behind. You see Binks. Oh, Binks was able to connect it against Paradox. The Paranoia coming in. It'll be blocking him. It's going to be a flash coming in. The shots are being connected by Master against Not Fox. There is a Relax is able to take down Easy. Edith was taken down by Master, but eventually Strix comes up with the... Oh my god, Binks is also there. And eventually defenders were able to do it. I mean, I went in slow, But by then everything became fast and I lost track.
Well, it's gonna be the match point for Team Rat Syndicate. Will they be able to pull it off with the match point? They have to just get this one round to be able to make it towards the next stage. But will Innocent 5 let them? We are gonna go into the quick replay right now where it came from the back, and it was Paradox trying to come in for the backstab, but eventually gets taken down. It was gonna be not Fox who was being traded off my Master. Bings,
Oh,
the last guy
nice.
standing, also also being taken down by Master. It's gonna be Relic from Team Rat Syndicate with 24 kills leading it, and it's gonna be Bings from Team Innocent 5 with 15 kills.
Yeah, rats are able to fold back. They are not rushing like how they used to be before, and due to which Binks is not able to take any kind of kills. Right now, Binks is aiming that one place where Omen can come in. Outround being revealed. There are two places, location being revealed at this point of time. Hunter Fury doing most of the damage for both of them. It's gonna be Streaks who will be eliminated, but he'll be taking Paradox, so that's a good thing. Binks has been hit as well. So let's see. Anis is trying to hold it. He knows that Binks is there at the center. Binks' back is being put to Redick at this point of time. I don't know whether Redick will be able to go in for that kill right now. I mean, Anis will be going for that kill. Anis sees Binks. Anis takes down Binks. He's going to be one other player, but Eddie takes down Anis. The location, the recon bolt is coming in. Can it reveal any locations? A good recon bolt coming in from him. Let's see. Radit is trying to go in to B as attackers have already taken B.
Well, Innocent 5, the SOA has the spike. I think he can go in for the plant right now. But meanwhile, Relix gets taken down. Innocent 5 trying to make a comeback right now. It's up to SOA and Phoenix from Team Rat Syndicate. And will they be able to pull it off? Will they be able to get this match point into the hands? Or it's going to be the spike that's been planted right now. So it's kind of difficult for them.
Oh, nice.
And meanwhile, it's going to be the last guy standing for Rat Syndicate. That's going to be the SOA. The SOA's location has been revealed. And it's going to be
Oh, nice.
It's coming
Yeah.
in from the back, taking down Rad Deoxys.
So that will be another point. It will be a fighting point for them, but still the match point being held by them. This is where it all happened. Dio gave the right kind of opening, but eventually Edit became that one key player who started to take down everybody one at a time. So let's look back at what is happening over here. Relic is one person who's standing out. Anis in the beginning started to put some shots, but right now is not able to do it. Master is also playing really well. Rats are playing it really well as Innocent 5.
Well, it's up to the last. I think Innocent 5 really has to pull this round off. And there's going to be a spam coming in from Rat Syndicate, I guess. That's going to be paint shells going in, but no kills as of now. And it's going to be Innocent 5 still holding location. It's going to be Strix waiting for some opening. And if he sees an opening, he's just going to go in for that because he spots Cypher there out in the open.
Oh,
Binks
nice.
gets taken down. It's up to the last three players standing for Team Innocent 5.
Oh
and it's
my
up to the last player.
goodness.
Will Rat Syndicate be able to pull this off? Because it's up to the Cypher. It's a 1v2 fight happening. And will he be able to do it? Because it's going to be against Jet and Phoenix, and it's going to be very much difficult for him. He comes up with the cyber cage, and let's see how it turns out.
And he's trying to go back to B again. If the Rats are keeping the cool, if they're able to keep the cool, I think they'll be able to take it off. It's Anis who's on the other side as well. And Anis is one player to watch out for. Not Fox has a lot of pressure on his shoulder right now. Will he do a mistake over here, revealing himself to Anis? That could be happening.
Whoa!
And that is the end for Innocent 5 when it comes to SKWAD Indian Invitational.
That was very close call there by the Jet, and I love the way that he tried to perform it, but eventually that's going to be Innocent 5 being taken down. We are going to have the match MVP coming in. That's most likely going to be Anis with 22 kills, but we'll know it for sure. Bings finishing off with 19 kills, and these are the two most fraggers that we are going to be seeing from each of the teams.
Yeah, and Paradox also played really, really well. I just love the way, even though his names didn't pop up, he was able to perform at times when the team actually needed him to perform. And in Rad's duo,
Maester.
Yeah?
Maester and Dio.
Yeah,
Maester
see,
did not pop.
Master did know, he's one of those fraggers. But Dio, on the other end, he started to execute Bings in the beginning, which gave a lot of opening for the Rats. But this is the kind of fight I want to look out for. When there's a neck-to-neck fight, when we know that who is going to be winning it, the one advantage which Rats got is while attacking, they had more points.
Well, also as we talk about the Rats, when they initiated the first kills, like just they went in. Whenever Bings went down, the energy level just got up, and the Rats were gonna go all in. They were just pushing all in, and that's really what I liked about the Rats.
Yeah, and on the other side, let's not forget what Innocent 5 were able to execute. Streaks was also able to perform, and MVP coming up to Binks. He had performed really, really well with an average of 284. He's got 9 assists, he's got 19 kills, and he was
Whoa.
taken down 22 times. That became an issue. If he was taken down a little more lesser, then it would have been easy picking for Innocent 5 to go through. But the Rats did not let it happen. The finishing match will be taking the match finish that the fourth match we got ended is going to be in Assen, and Rats. It was picked up by the Rat syndicates, and they put it in the right way.
Well, the choosing of the map itself shows that the team had full confidence that they could take on teams like
Innocent 5 or
Innocent 5.
NY.
Like, seriously, they could take on Innocent 5. So that's the confidence I seriously want in my life. But I seriously, hats off to Innocent 5. They did put up a good fight. And I think the Cypher could have pulled it off in the last.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the overall, well, both. It was the most awaiting match we have been waiting for this match from a long time, and a head-to-head, neck-to-neck performance by both the teams. Seriously,
Yeah, see, one other thing which I want to say, he could have rotated A and planted. The reason why he didn't go was most of his abilities was already over.
Yeah.
The spy cam was over. The cages he had used it. The final cage he used it in front of him so that he doesn't get any kind of a backstab as well. So eventually, when he knew that everything had gone off and he had to rely on the gunpowder, somewhere his team would have told him that we have tagged the other two players. You try to go in and get those shots because Cypher's HP was almost more than 80.
it was
100?
92. It was 92 HP when he was gonna go for that push. And if
Yeah.
he had a neural theft active at that time, he would have obviously known that Jet was sitting at the corner, and he could have just taken
Yeah.
it down because Jet was waiting for that one opening. He had his crosshair
Yeah,
set
yeah.
just at his head, and that was the beautiful finishing off by the Jet. I
Yeah,
also like.
and one more thing, Jet was clever enough not to go to A site and
Yeah.
bait. He wanted to hold the mid because he knew that in case he's going to rotate and come back through B, he'll be able to catch him off guard. And eventually, that is what helped out for them. Rat Syndicate showed us one thing. It was the synergy which is important for the team. They exactly knew which player to send for which player to take out.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
At the beginning, they were like having some difficulty with it, but eventually, after when you remember somewhere in the mid, Team Innocent 5 got the lead.
Yeah.
But then after that, Rat Syndicate decided to perform. They were like, let's keep up our synergy. Let's go together. Let's
Yeah.
stay together and defend it. The defending, the exact positioning they had.
Yeah,
There was
exactly.
a time I remember that Innocent 5, all the 5 players tried to push in together towards B. But when the Cypher from Team Rat 5 spotted it, they just went all B so quickly and executed all those kills. That was a really game. That was, I think, somewhere near the 10th or the 9th round, and 9th match point for Team Rat
Yeah,
Syndicate.
one thing which actually worked out for Bings and Streaks when they had pushed in together. You saw there was time when the both of them went with the stinger. They were able to execute the first 2 knocks, and eventually they were able to attack. But
Yes.
suddenly, when Strings and Bings started to divide themselves and come in solo, where Bings thought that I'll try to grab the attention in
Yes.
the mid, you guys start to push A, things did not work out for them. And Phoenix, that one guy who was sitting at the corner at Heaven at A, he exactly knew when to bring in his teammates. He was like, don't come in no matter if all 4 players are trying to come in, which actually helped them out. And everybody knew that it was easy for Innocent 5 to go inside B. They did not choose to do so because Bings got taken down every time he tried
Yes.
to vent in B, and that became a key point for Rats to take on the round.
Well, I think Rad's holding off B, and I think none of the players of Rad actually went to the B side.
Yeah.
They were just holding at the marketplaces. And as we're gonna talk about this, tomorrow we're gonna have the semi-finals of both the teams. That's gonna be White Shadow facing off Reckoning Esports, and that's gonna be Rebellious Gaming facing off Rad Syndicate. I
Yeah,
think
and this was the confusion which we started to have. It was Rebellious Gaming who played so well against Purpose Esports. So Rebellious Gaming and Rats are going to have a very, very good fight. On the other end, it's going to be White Shadow and Reckoning Esports. That is also one thing to watch out for, because Reckoning Esports and White Shadow, both of them performed the same way. We saw that White Shadow, they came to such an extent where they had a huge lead, whereas Reckoning Esports fought their way in. On the other side, we can see that Rebellious had a great lead, and Radissons came in. So,
Head-to-head.
So it's going to be easy. It's going to be an easy fight till now, but from now on, because both the teams know their strategies, it's going to be a very good fight to watch out for.
Well, also a thing I would like to add on was that the all 3 teams making it to the finals have Team RRR, so that's where we got the confusion. So
Yeah.
there are triple R's coming in, so that's gonna be White Shadow just making a lot of difference by, like, they had a beautiful lead in the first match.
Yeah.
Like, head to head, I think I wanted to see both the head-to-head teams coming together, but we'll see tomorrow what will happen because both the teams, like all the four teams, like both the brackets have beautiful gameplays that you saw today. And do not forget to click that subscribe button, guys, because you'll get the notification as soon as we go live.
Yeah, and also think, let's put in some facts for you regarding this tournament. There is a total of 10,000 prize pool coming up. 5,000 is going to be taken by the first place. Second place is going to take 3,000,
3,000.
and the second place
And
is going to get 3,000, and third place is going to get 2,000. So this is just the beginning of Squad, ladies and gentlemen. Please do subscribe. Please do stay here. It's not just one or two. This is one platform which is truly dedicated to bring up, in the esports community. For now, we are gonna say goodbye to you guys. We'll be coming back tomorrow. This is Arka. With me is Red Cape.
see you guys.
You can't sleep all day. Let's not sleep together. You can't sleep all day. Let's not sleep together.
Check your body.